intellectual conversation when we do that. So we're going to talk more.
Excellent.
Welcome to an all-new episode of Much to Do About Nothing. There's so much to talk about, so we're not going to waste any time. Let's get right into it. But first, let's introduce the panel, starting off with Joel. What's up, Joel?
What's up, panel? How are you?
It's not funny, but it was like what you said.
No, that was funny. That was funny. Joel has the best introductions. Now you got to top that, Trevon. What's up, Trevon?
Hi.
Nah, you didn't top that. No, try again. What's up, Trevon?
I don't have anything. Sorry. I don't have anything. Superman's back. Yay. So everybody scream. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, so let's jump into it. Let's jump into the DC side of things. And it's funny you say that, Trevon, because it's like, Joel, do you have the weird feeling of when you hear that phrase? Not really, and we don't have to go into detail, but when you hear that phrase of what Trevon just said, do you feel the weirdness of not knowing how to respond to it till later on this week?
What sucks is everybody already knows. That's the part.
Well, again, the problem is some people do know because some people have possibly leaked things, right? Notice I said possibly. And some people know because they're just assuming, because The Rock literally just did an interview in New York where we were, where he literally told, I think it was Variety or somebody, when they asked about Superman, and he's just like, welcome home. And it's like, welcome home? You fucking know something I don't know? Like, what do you mean welcome home? Welcome home where? What's happening? So again, I think the Rock's not trying to hide it at this point. Which is frustrating because we were told we couldn't talk about it, but it seems like he just keeps spoiling it everywhere he goes. So, Joel, before we jump into the whole DC side of things, I wanted to ask you, do you feel that, or do you feel like, well, if people are talking about it, who cares? I'll just, I'll feed right into it.
Well, let's say we didn't watch it and know what the fuck would, happened at the end, right? Mm-hmm. We would talk about it like it's fact, basically.
We would, right. That is very true. We would talk about it like, hey, I mean, enough people have said it. So he just said it. Right. And he just said
it now. I mean, fuck. Try to keep it secret. God forbid.
But it's so frustrating because, like, we can't openly talk about it. It's fact, like, describing things and stuff like that. Because, you don't want to ruin an opportunity for us to be able to do something like that again for DC. But it's like, on the other hand, it's like, well, you kind of did it on your own. Like a day after we saw the movie, Joel, I felt like Trevon, AJ, and everybody were just like,
it was intentional. I mean, he wouldn't have leaked it so hard.
Right.
If he didn't want people to kind of know that, hey, there might be something in there for you if that's what you're looking for.
Right, which is crazy because we felt as though, well, I was just about to say that's crazy because we felt as though if that wasn't there at all, right? And I'm not saying that anything is, but if something wasn't there at all, we enjoyed the movie for what it was. It was a really good step in the right direction for DC.
Yeah. I didn't end it where I'm like, wait, they didn't have it. I didn't.
Right.
By the end of the movie, I was like, that was pretty fun. Now I'm like, oh, wait, there's definitely a post-credits.
Which is shocking because remember, we saw Eternals together and they took out the end credits.
Yeah, they did.
So a lot of me was kind of just like, they might not have anything, and to me, I felt as though
Styles close to the chest. I'm like, I guess.
They really were. For the weirdest thing, because it's like, bro, I don't think anyone knows who they are, and you didn't kind of really reveal what their role will be going forward. So what are you afraid we would spoil? Like, hey guys, remember the rumor of Harry Styles? He's in it. Like,
did you see the Black Knight one in there?
Well, that one too. The voice
that wasn't
That's
in there.
The one I care about that one.
Well, me too. The voice of Blade being at the end. Like, oh.
Here's the funny part. Nick
Fury. I heard people say Nick Fury.
I don't think we would have known immediately who that was. I don't think so. I don't think our showing with as quickly as that dialogue went, we would have known right there in that moment who it was.
We did. I did.
So it's like, oh, you knew it
I knew.
as soon as it happened?
I pretty much knew it. Yeah, I know some people thought Nick Fury. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, it didn't sound anything like Nick Fury, but I wouldn't have assumed Blade. I would have definitely been like, I don't know who I heard. So
I'm sorry.
I didn't know what I heard.
No offense. I just don't. All the black actors, that could be somebody. It's got to be somebody, and it's going to be someone that's involved with.
I think my biggest problem would have been, because you're right, Trevon. Like, who else could it have been? But my problem would have been, I wouldn't have assumed they would have went to Blade that fast. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I would have been thrown off.
It was much faster. Now it's
right. Now it's like, of course. But then I'm like, that was quick. But okay.
I mean, but anyway, a while at the time anyway.
Right.
I mean, we still him, so hey.
I mean, shit, yeah, and we won't see him for just a little bit longer. But Joel, just to talk a little bit about it, man, because we had a blast. We want to thank New York Comic Con and Warner Brothers for allowing us a chance to see Black Adam early. We did not see The Rock there. I know a lot of people are like, "How did you not get photos of The Rock?" We didn't see him.
That big motherfucker was not visible.
Which is weird because he was the only one in red. Yeah. So he should have stuck out like a sore thumb.
I don't know where he was. We saw a lot of people coming out, but like he was not.
We saw everybody essentially part of that movie and part of the Warner Brothers universe, except for The Rock and Pierce Brosnan. That's the only two people.
Y'all went there early camping out? I would.
We didn't go early.
We didn't. But that's still no excuse because we saw everybody else. Like we even saw people not part of the movie. We saw Jim Lee. We saw Stargirl. We saw we saw Aldous Hodge. We saw Aldous Hodge. We saw Noah.
What did Jim Lee do? He drew. I think I saw him draw like Superman or somebody's like Black Adam.
Jim Lee's an artist. Yes.
Yes.
That's
really cool. No, it was cool.
He's also like right CEO.
That was really cool.
They were at they had an actual red carpet event that wasn't in the same place.
Yeah, we don't know where the fuck that was at.
So that was the bigger problem. We wouldn't have known, even if we showed up to the theater early, we wouldn't have known where the hell that red carpet was. We weren't invited to that.
It wasn't the same thing.
No, I was expecting to see this giant carpet. When we got there, it's just lines.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all.
No idea where that red carpet is.
Yeah, that red carpet was somewhere else in New York City because they were showing the suits. That's where the media was.
Yeah, I would love to have seen that.
That would have been great. Well, that's what happens when you weren't invited there as media. You don't get to go to things like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, we saw a lot of people, but we only met Stargirl and Wildcat.
Yeah, we actually talked
Stargirl.
We talked to other people, but like we got really close to them.
Yes. So we got a chance to tell Noah that we loved his performance, and he turned around and said, thank you guys. Thank you.
Wave,
yes. We also got a chance to. Yeah. We weren't close to him. He was like a little bit away from us.
I mean, he walked past us, and then
yes, we didn't know. We didn't know though.
Yeah,
we didn't know.
At the moment, I did recognize him after he passed me, but that's because at the time I was following. What's her name? Damn it! I always forget her name, yo.
Shit, who we talking about? You know I'm stuck.
Cyclone. What's her name?
Oh shit, I don't know her name.
Quintessa, is it?
Like yes,
yes,
like
it is. Yeah, I was following her, and I recognized her. So I was behind her, and we were following her, and then they stopped us. So you can't go this way. I'm like, why not? I'm special too. And
it's so funny because we walked right by. So we go up the escalators, right? So like the not press, but like celebrities were going up the escalator. We actually got to wave to RDC World. It's so freaking cool. They're so freaking
I didn't know that's what it was called at the time. I recognized his face.
Joel's like, Anime House. Yeah, I know Anime House. It's like, yeah, that's them. But we walked right by Makad Brooks.
Yeah, he talked.
Literally walked right by him, got to talk to him. I watched Law and Order that he's
I tried to take a picture. I tried to take it was blurry.
It didn't work out.
I should have videoed him.
It didn't work out the way we were hoping
that was a rookie mistake.
We won't make that mistake again next time. Trust this. But yeah, so we the Stargirl one was pure accident. We were walking out to leave to go catch our train, and we saw people like kind of huddled a little bit, and we were like, "Oh, who's that?"
It wasn't even a lot of people. It was just one.
No, it was just and we were like, "What the hell?" So we looked, and it was like, "Oh, that's Stargirl!" like,
Wildcat.
So, yeah, she starts walking away, and I'm like, "Oh, that's Stargirl!" And she hears me and turns around. I'm like, "I need a photo." I tried not to say it creepy, but it might have came off.
She wanted the photo, so it's fine.
She did. She did. And I got to find out the actress who plays Wildcat, because it really broke my heart when she thought we didn't know who she was.
Oh, we knew. I knew exactly. I pointed it out. I said it out loud, so she but she still felt like we didn't know.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I'm Wildcat, by the way." Yeah, we know. We watch the show. Like, we know exactly who you are.
I mean, I don't know her real name. I know her fake
name. Her show name is
I know her. Yeah, Yolanda.
Yeah, Yolanda. But no, it was a really cool event. Luckily we didn't have to wait in the back of the line. We kind of got stayed inside, got to sit like right in the middle of the theater. I will say the one thing that was a little disappointing, me and Joel were under and maybe we should have been, but we did kind of think that before our movie started, the cast would kind of come out and say, "Hey guys, welcome to Black Adam." They just sent us a video. Like, they just played a video of the cast saying that. They're just like, "Yeah, we you can't come in here."
So they definitely went a different location, and then some of them came over, and the Rock said,
"No, you want to know the worst part? I believe the press showing that might have been around the same time as ours. The press showing where press and celebrities were. I guarantee you they were there. They're sitting in it. That's where they're all watching the movie.
Oh yeah, they were all there.
They just didn't come to everybody's showings.
They didn't come to the whole theater, which I didn't even know that they did. Which is really cool.
That part hurt a little bit.
Yeah, so they were definitely. Some people got to watch it at 7. Our show was at 9, so some people probably got early. Like, hey, you're literally the first people to watch it. And then they're like, "Oh shit, there's 7:00 screening. Who got those tickets?" And then I guess the celebrities and the press saw it at 9 with us, but we saw it in just different theaters.
Right. No one's being ungrateful. It was awesome for this celebrity that we ran in. Yvette Monreal. Okay, gotta remember Yvette. Actually, wait. Do me a favor, Trevon. I'm sending you this photo. Try to share it on here so I can. You're not being cropped out. Shut up.
I look terrible.
Share it on here so I can show it. He does not look terrible. The only bad thing about Joel in that photo is that he can't decide whether or not he wants his coat on.
That's the only bad thing. It's fucking hot. I didn't want to put it on, but I should have put it on for the picture just so it didn't look weird.
That's the only thing that looks weird about the photo, is that he's very indecisive about that coat.
I was fucking sweating, Juwaan.
But while Trevon brings that up, let's see what we got here. I brought my ticket yesterday, and I was surprised that my theater was pretty packed. Well, you shouldn't be, because most of the people that probably went and bought their tickets probably heard the possible news of what could possibly be in this movie. So they probably are like, "Well, I gotta see that. Like, I don't want to just see it in a crappy little video on Twitter." The Rock did say the hierarchy of power was going to change. He meant it. He can say whatever he wants. I'm going to be honest with you. I left that movie feeling like DC had a different swagger. Like, if they can keep this level going forward.
It felt different.
Yeah, they did a really good job of reestablishing themselves. Like, if this was their Iron Man to restart their DC universe, this is a great way to do it. This was very well done. Very well done.
Give me a second.
No problem. Let's see what Didge said. What up, Didge? You should be on here. Because he said y'all couldn't talk about it. Not going to spoil him breaking. Yeah, pretty much that's what he said. He said, if anyone's going to spoil something, it'll be me. Not you peasants. I'm spoiling it. But no. It does come out. It does come out this Thursday / Friday. Please make sure you guys go check it out. It is a really good movie. It really is. I'm not overhyping it. I'm not saying it's the greatest superhero movie ever or anything like that, but it's a step in the right direction. It really is. If Shazam is up to par to this, and Aquaman and The Flash, DC will be in really good hands. Really, really, really good hands.
Is it working?
I don't know. It's just showing a black screen. Hold on. Try it again. Try it again.
It wouldn't let their match was screen. Like, if someone had to quit, the Firefox would come back. to do that.
It doesn't let you just put the photo in there. Mike did it somehow. This is why I'm so lost without Mike. I'm gonna yell at him for not being here.
He's gonna be on.
No, and I didn't force him this time. You guys said I bully people too much, so I didn't force him. I gave him an option, and his option was no. So, what was I gonna say? But no, this is a really solid movie, and I can't wait for everyone to see it. Everyone, press-wise, Joel was raving about it.
Yeah.
And everyone, when we left, was raving about it. So I didn't really hear anybody. Joel, you spent all this time trying to change your name.
I'm like, where the fuck is the edit button?
I saw you staring at the screen so diligently, and I'm like, what is he doing?
Where is it?
Okay, so I did an anime show with Mike yesterday, and I wanted to be I wanted to raise a hot button issue, so that's why I had it. It wasn't for this show.
Got it.
So I will edit it because Joel's bullying me.
I'm not bullying.
I feel bullied.
I'm being. That's unnecessary. Is what I'm saying.
There we go. No, it was necessary for what I did it for. It's unnecessary here. But for what I did it for, it worked. It had the right execution to it. But no, so please, yes, make sure you guys go out and check it out. The movie was great. Had an amazing time. Can't wait to break it down next week. I hate you so much, Joel. I really do. But all right, Joel, we got some more DC news, or a bunch of DC news. Oh, wait, Trevon got it. Here we go, guys. There we go. There we go.
You don't look left. That is a great picture.
Joel, my smile is the most uncomfortable smile ever. You're fine.
I got too close. I would have tackled her.
I didn't know where to put my hands. I didn't know how to smile. Notice I'm not touching Stargirl, but she's touching me. I was just really trying not to catch a case out there. Yeah. That was really all the goal was.
Cool area you guys are.
I was there with my fiance. I couldn't touch anybody.
But no, they were awesome. They were awesome. Wildcat was clearly blowing the kiss to me. We exchanged numbers. It was
great.
Could
see it from here, the direction it was going.
It was great. I mean, she's leaning towards me blowing the kiss, but whatever.
Right, yeah.
Be jealous if you choose to be. But this was an awesome night. Got a chance to hang out with great people, meet great people. Awesome night. Awesome night. All right. We got some. Thank you, Trevon. Appreciate you.
No problem.
We got some more DC news to attack. So, Joel, a whole bunch of a smorgasbord of DC ramblings came out a few hours ago.
Like a giant fucking vomit
avalanche,
news.
Right? Some of it were things that we knew about, like James Gunn working on DC projects. James Gunn told us, it felt like a year ago.
That was duh.
Right. So that was more so just, I guess, the media putting a stamp on it. But it's like if the person said it, that's the stamp. If James told me that, that's
he's working on another show.
I need Henry to talk.
I don't think you'll ever get that anytime soon.
Excuse me.
No, he was saying he wanted Henry to talk, and I'm saying I don't think you'll get that anytime soon. That's something you save for a convention.
I mean, right now is not the best time. Maybe later.
No, there's no. I'll tell you this, Trevon.
Whenever these what's your interview start up, he better be ready for that question.
Oh no, he'll be asked about it, but I'm telling you right now, he won't give you any information. If you're looking for actual information, it won't be till San Diego Comic-Con.
I want him to confirm as well.
I'm telling you, I don't think he will.
I need him.
I don't think he will.
You want him to confirm another movie? I think he'll just say, "Oh, it's something we'd like to do in the future. We'll see."
That's all he's gonna say. I'm telling you, Trevon, they are saving it for something like San Diego Comic-Con, where you can walk him on stage, announce the movie, a poster, and everything.
Acknowledging that he's Superman again is a lot, honestly.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. To me, I just want you to lower your expectations, because one thing actors don't really like to do, they'll do it. But what they don't like to do is talk about something that hasn't happened while they're promoting something that did happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when he does Witcher interviews, I'm pretty sure he will not give a concrete answer. So that way other media people can know I'm not talking about Superman.
Yeah. That doesn't even matter, though. Everybody's going to ask them. They don't care.
No, for sure. For sure. But once one person
or
sees,
ask them when
he's
it
not
wasn't
asking.
official.
Oh, right. So it won't stop him being asked. It'll just stop people from thinking he'll give a different answer. So that's all it is. People will ask because they have to, but nothing will stop. Like when we met Javion play Cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
I think he knew we were going to ask him about Beast Boy, but the answer he gave us was the answer that I guarantee you he probably was going to give all day that day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would love to do it if we could, blah, blah, blah. That's the same thing I always tell Joel. Chris Williams used to say about Static Shock and Black Lightning. He spoke highly of wanting to do Static Shock in season 1. Back when season 1 came out, he was saying that's what we're looking to do going forward, and it just never happened. So that's why I think a lot of stars just would rather say nothing till it's happening. But all right, Joel, go ahead and break us off on some of the biggest news that came out from this smorgasbord.
Well, obviously, we just went over the James Gunn thing, and
here he is. I just finished telling people, Mike, that I did not bully you to be on here.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, sorry I'm late.
You are completely fine. We were just talking about
so
the
much
Black
shit
Adam
about
premiere.
you. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just want to say one thing.
You were not supposed to tell him that, Joel.
See,
Now
that you brought up Static Shock, now I'm thinking about it. See, I wouldn't even think about it. Nah.
Why'd you bring it up, Juwaan?
It was
Shut the
terrible.
fuck
It's
up.
not
That's
in
the
the
problem.
press release. It's not in that. It's not nowhere in there in this long ass 4-page thing. Just realized that. Thanks.
In the news report that came out today.
Yeah, he was not in there at all.
There's no report of Static Shock, unfortunately.
What do you think about it?
Of
We're gonna have
course.
to just hold on a little bit longer for that. Thank you.
Black Superman, Static Shock, up in the air.
Well, again, we're not gonna talk about. We're not gonna go into Static Shock. But one thing, Trevon, you should feel good about is that David is a guy that will just cancel shit, right? You haven't heard that it's been canceled, so that's good news when it comes to David.
No news is good news for Static right now.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
this is a good point.
And you know what, Trevon?
For most
that
part.
should motivate you. You know what it should do? That should motivate you to figure out how you can be part of Creed 3's press. Because you could ask Michael B. Jordan about it. There you go.
Nah, I'm good.
Look, he's not working on Raising Dion anymore. Fucking take the time to work on Static, right? Creed is done. Go ahead and work on Static. You can ask him. Get with Kanan. See how you can get on that Creed 3 press list and ask him about Static. That's really the only way you'll get news anytime.
If I can interview all 3 of them, Florian as well.
No. I have told Kanan you are not allowed to talk to what's his name? Who's gonna play Kang? Who's gonna play Kang?
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to.
That's unfortunate.
That's just it's too much, man, Trevon. I don't like the temptation you'll be given.
I want to talk to Michael B, Jonathan Majors, and Florian. Let's talk to all 3 of them.
No. So I'm letting you know now, Kanan's rules are you can only talk to the female leads in that movie. That's it. None of them.
Pass.
But go ahead, Joel. What do we hear? What do we hear on this DC?
Like I was saying, well, as we just discussed, James Gunn got basically confirmed by the trade, even though he confirmed it himself that he's working on other things, maybe another show or a movie. I think he said he's more focused on doing shows at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if they threw him another movie.
Give him Titans.
Something. Give him something else. I mean, whatever he likes to do, because whatever he likes, he puts his fucking heart into it. So
just let him be the showrunner from here on out. I'm cool with that.
It's funny that you say that because I think the rumor, quote unquote, of him possibly doing a movie is, I believe that's David walking in the room and going, "I'm sorry, you wanted to make a show about who? No, wait, yeah, you could do it, but do a movie for me." It's I don't want to do a movie. Do a movie. You can do all the insane shit you want to do. I think that's definitely a handoff. You do this, you do all the crazy shows you want to do, and we'll fund it. Because there's no way that David walks in and goes, "Batgirl, we don't need it." But all the crazy shit James Gunn wants to do show-wise, he's like, "Yeah, that'll make money. That makes sense."
That's what we're looking for.
No way. There's just no way. So I think it was definitely a wink, wink. You do this, I'll allow you to do that. So I think that's where that rumor comes from. I think he'll be doing it begrudgingly. I think he'll be hate directing. But no, what else we got, Joel?
If you get to do a movie, you'll probably get to choose what it is too.
Right.
At this point, he has got Carte blanche. Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock, obviously has been publicly touting his vision for a future for Black Adam versus Superman. I don't know why they keep talking about Superman. We don't even know if he's in the movie.
Right. No idea.
With his words, stoking fans' desire to see Henry Cavill return in the Red Cape as the Red Cape hero. He keeps talking about it. I have a feeling it'll come true. The man again has also carte blanche in this universe at this point. A lot of power there, literally. Matt Reeves is expanding his world of the Batman more farther than we expected, honestly. He's meeting with writers and directors to build out the movie focused on the Batman's rogues gallery with characters ranging from Scarecrow to Clayface to Professor Pig. What? That's crazy. I don't know how I feel about that, but I mean, well, I do like the idea of expanding that world.
I will say this. I know a lot of people are going to call me hypocritical because I poo-pooed all over the Joker movie happening, then us getting a sequel. But I really do like... yes, musical, by the way. I do like, and this isn't me trying to be funny at all, I do like the idea of a Clayface movie that's about a struggling actor, right? Kind of just trying to pave his way. And you kind of just really breaking down this character to properly build him back up as Clayface. There's a lot you could do there. There's also a lot you could do with Scarecrow. And look, right now, murder documentaries and murder shows and movies and serial killer stuffs are at possibly the highest they've ever been, right? So it's like a Professor Pig movie could really do numbers if done well. I think it's very weird. But again, we got a Joker movie with no Batman, so really anything can work. I also think Clayface and Scarecrow can be more character studies than anything else, right? Again, do I need them? Of course not. Yeah. But could you mold them into stories that work? Yes, because you just did that with Joker.
I also think that these are characters like people thought they would never do a Clayface movie, not with this version of the Batman.
Right.
And I like that they're leaning in, possibly leaning into it. Maybe a different type of version, but a version nonetheless. You know what I mean? We
say people, but Trevon was saying he couldn't see this world becoming fantastical. And I think Matt Reeves said, oh, really? I bet. Watch me put 3 of the most fantastical characters right away in their own movie, Trevon, and show you I can do it. I could do it. But it is funny because I kind of feel like if Joker wasn't its own movie, Matt Reeves would 100% have made Joker its own movie. Yeah. I believe that. Yeah. Which is scary.
Oh, he's doing Arkham.
Right, that's what I'm saying, which is his way of doing a Joker movie without doing a Joker movie.
Right.
I believe Joker will 100% be the
Joker series called
Arkham. He's still paying,
right. Huh? No. The studio would not double down on doing 2 separate Joker movies.
Why would you? So I don't even think they'll double down on doing Batman, so imagine Joker.
Here's the problem. One of them shouldn't exist, and now you want to double down on it? Nah, I don't think you have the audience for it. You want me to put that in, Mike, or you got it?
Yeah, I can't control anything. I have no access anymore.
I got you.
So in March, I wrote an article for Collider. This is it. About 9 Batman villains I want to see in a Batman sequel, right? And one is Professor Pig, and then right below it is freaking Clayface. So
someone stole your idea.
I'm not saying I want royalties, Matt Reeves, but if you're listening, I think I deserve some royalties for the new Batman universe you're creating.
He's like, would you accept a retweet?
I would, honestly. I would take just say subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's the push I need.
Mike, when we're done, make sure you edit that into the what you call it. But no. But yeah, go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I was kind of with you, Juwaan, before, like, the idea of all of these villain solo movies, I was not a fan of. But having them set within the Batman universe, right, and having the threat of Batman being like almost a horror-like character, right, where you never know when he's gonna pop up and ruin everything, I think is genius. Honestly,
I do too. I really do too. And that's so the first thing I thought was when I heard this was I thought back to the first Suicide Squad movie. And I thought where they dropped the ball is that you didn't continue for Batman being, because to me, the way David Ayer approached that movie was we were seeing from the villain's point of view of viewing Batman as the villain, right? They're not doing anything wrong. He's the one coming in, messing things up and ruining people's lives. So I'm like, if you had stuck with that, that could have been way more interesting than what you gave us, right? So I'm like, the idea of seeing these villains pop up to where Batman realistically could end each of these three movies, right? He could show up at the end of each of these three movies, stop the villain, they end up in Arkham, end of the story, right? And we'd be happy campers. So like you said, Mike, or you could even just make it it's their origin story and it ends with Batman, Batman's rise to becoming Batman. And it's the fear of he's looming, right? Where is he? We don't know, but he's looming. So now I have to be careful of what I do. So, I mean, that's really interesting. I will say I do hope that they change their mind and make these shows and not movies. Because I kind of feel like if David is in this whole mindset of I only want to do things that make money, and these three movies don't make money, I don't want you to take it out on other things that are small budgets that could make money that are way more interesting than you trying to do villain movies. So to me, I just don't want it to be, oh, you're muted, Mike, if you were trying to talk.
Yeah, I was just saying, I think it's so funny that we're potentially going to get a Professor Pig movie and we cancel the Batgirl movie.
That will always be looked back on very weirdly.
I understand it. It's just, again, like you said, back, it's just going to be like, you did what?
Yep. And you know what's funny? So, and I'm going to just say this, and then Trevon, I want to hear your thoughts on this possible villain movie. So remember how they said they were going to lock Batgirl in a vault, right? And essentially burn it, right? You know what I find very interesting? Me and Joel heard rumors that Michael Keaton may still be the DCEU Batman, right? So what I find very interesting is if Michael Keaton stays on as a DCEU Batman, what do you then do with that Batgirl movie you can't make a dime off of, but it now fits perfectly into your universe that you built? Like, what do you do? Because you can't refilm the movie, because I think I don't think that's a loophole you can utilize. Like, just film a new Batgirl movie, right? And then just call it something else, like Batman and Batgirl. I don't think you could.
I don't see the point of it. Like, you already scrapped it.
Right. You might as well just make.
Disrespect.
If you're gonna make a new one, you got to put more money into it, because that was the reason.
Right.
That's the reason they gave us, that it was more.
Or, Joel, they could go with the idea that me and you have been pitching since we heard Michael Keaton would be the DCEU Batman. Just make a Bat Family movie.
I mean, that's the only way I think it works.
Yeah, just make it a Bat Family movie where you're introducing each of these characters, that's right? Fine. And then the movie ends with them all coming together to stop whoever,
Yeah.
So Batman's active. You could even have it to where Batman's active with a Robin, right? And then we find out, like, oh shit, that's not Dick Grayson. That's Tim. And it's like, oh, where is Dick Grayson? And then somewhere in the movie, Nightwing shows up, right? Like, you could do that. But to me, I thought it was the weirdest thing that we were hearing rumors from people we do, somewhat trust, that Michael Keaton could still be the DCEU Batman. And I'm like, but you trashed the best way to carry on that legacy of a character you can't make solo movies for. So I'm like, that was the weirdest thing for me.
It just wouldn't be the traditional way.
Right. But Trevon, if they do these, these villains movies, how would you? Because these three characters. These aren't three characters that you never heard of, right?
I've never heard of Professor Pig.
Never?
No, it was in Batwoman.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was, right? No, wasn't?
Yeah.
No, Professor Pig was also a side mission in Arkham Knight, if you played that.
He was in Arkham Knight.
He was, but Trevon, so to help you out, Professor Pig was that episode where she had dinner with her mother and her brother, right?
Yeah.
And they were trying to mend fences, and Professor Pig was the chef.
Mm-hmm.
He was the chef.
Okay.
That was so that was Professor Pig. Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
I will say this.
Okay.
He was not done accurately because Professor Pig, as far as I'm concerned, please, Mike and Joel, correct me if I'm wrong, he had more so of a philosophy of you're endangering animals. So it's the idea of kind of striking out against those endangering animals. And this was more so of a greed thing to where he got fired and kind of was just like, well, I'll kill you. And it was just like, well, that's not Professor Pig, but okay. So, but that's Professor Pig. So you know what he looks like.
Okay. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You remember it now?
I do.
Okay, so there you go.
Crazy
So
episode.
it was a very
I
crazy episode.
remember
Yes, it
it,
was.
yeah.
So now you know who all three of these characters are. Could you? No, I'm sorry. Let me not ask you that. Would there be any conceivable way you'd be interested in seeing these characters get their own movies?
Hey, it's better than what Sony's doing. At least we actually have the main character somewhere looming.
True.
Exactly.
So I'll take it.
Madam Web's gonna be a masterpiece. We all know it.
Madam Web also might give you your Spider-Man. So we might have to look at it a little bit more fondly. We might have to.
Maybe that'd be nice for them to do that. Because listen, Venom is very fun, but it's very hard to be like, okay, you're in a world with no Spider-Man. All right, cool.
It's rough. It's
guess.
real rough.
Doesn't make sense to me because I don't know you without him. But okay, all right.
So for you, it's the idea of it just being more of a world builder than you just trying to just do period pieces. Essentially,
I don't know about like movies.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen. You just said for speed. We've seen on TV before, like maybe a short series,
right,
on HBO Max or something. But I don't know about a movie because that does give us a risk of being reactionary.
Right. That's my problem.
It does. Right. Like, let's not put it in that same lane. Let's leave the Batman up there. Leave the Batman in the theater.
Because I also think it's unfair to whoever your writers and directors are, right? Unless you get like a powerhouse writer or just a powerhouse director. I think the problem you have is you're selling somebody something that's really hard to sell, right? So it's essentially like picture somebody walked in the room and was just like, hey, I'm going to give you this Ironmonger movie. Do me a favor. Go watch it. And it's like, is Iron Man in it? Maybe. No. Guarantee me he's in it. Right. Yeah. Guarantee me he's in it. Then I'll go see it. But to me, I kind of feel like this is the same thing, Joel, me and you always talked about how Spawn was going to be hard to sell. That they originally wanted to do it to where it was about the cops and Spawn was in the background, but the movie is called Spawn. And it's like, well, how did you think this was going to work? I'm only here for Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't care about the cops. Right. And here's the crazier part. They casted Jeremy Renner as one of the cops. That's a big name. I still didn't care because I'm only here for Spawn. So it's like you can give me you can give me a cop series. You can give me a cop series.
They were going
about those two.
That's
off. Fine. Right? That would have been fine. But a movie about people we honestly don't care about, that's not the way to go. That's why a series is the way to go, because if it doesn't work, it was low risk, high reward. You put it in theaters, that is high risk, low reward, possibly, right? Because your budget will be small. So at best, you're trying to at least meet your budget. You know what I'm saying? Releasing these movies. Joker was such an anomaly. It was just such an anomaly. They attacked it so differently than where you would have thought they would have.
But
go ahead, Trevon, then I'll go to you, Mike.
The name carries it, I feel like.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So people are going because of that.
And he looks like Joker.
Right.
Well, yeah. But I'm saying just the name. Like, he doesn't. We know Batman, we know Joker, but like, you know Joker. Like, you know that name. You're like, yeah. Now, Professor Pig, I don't know.
That's true.
Clayface, I don't know. I don't know if we get you to the seats for that. Like,
and the bigger problem is for your larger audience, and Mike, I'm going to pass it back to you before we go to Joel. The bigger problem is the idea that Professor Pig, Clayface, and Scarecrow, you could make an argument for Scarecrow, even though I don't think you'd be successful.
Scarecrow's the most
recognizable. But my argument is none of them are widely recognizable.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your average person wouldn't know who Scarecrow was.
No.
They might take a good guess just on his look.
But time out. You know the bigger problem? I feel as though Christopher Nolan didn't do a good enough job of implementing Scarecrow with the mask a lot. He took the mask off so much. I remember the actor more so than I remember him with the actual mask on. So I'm like, that would have been the time for you to. I think Bane is more recognizable than Scarecrow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's a lot to ask a writer and a director to make that compelling.
A Bane movie might sell. Yeah, they said Bane.
It could, especially if you do it accurately.
Yeah.
But Mike, I'm sorry. I'm going to kick it back to you. I'm sorry.
No, it's just I think we might be overcomplicating things a little bit because horror movies do really well, and you can just pitch all of these as just horror movies. It can be the Vertigo of DC films, right? Essentially, where, it's in the Batman universe, but we don't have to try and market it as a superhero movie. Like if you watch the Clayface episodes of Batman the Animated Series, right? And that's the idea of that is just straight up body horror, and it is a nightmare, for a kid's show at least.
Right.
And so if you pitch the entire film that way, and then you have the trailer, you have a glimpse of Batman. Because I'm sure the goal is to get Pattinson in all of these projects, even if he's just there for 5 minutes.
Right.
Even if you get a stand-in to just wear the suit in the shadows.
Well, we'll know this for sure, Mike, when it comes to Pattinson, because if he's not in the Penguin series, I don't think they're going to put him in any of these things.
Well, if these are movies, that might be more worth his time than the Penguin series.
I get you, but if you're the Penguin series, you're trying to sell this series. And albeit you can make an argument, what's his name is a massive name. It's not that massive of a name to really sell. And again, you could sell this the same way you sold the first season of Gotham, where it's just kind of like this mafia picture, right? Where it's kind of just this vacuum of power that needs to be filled. There's a lot of good stuff you could do with it. But I think the series I think that will always be incomplete if there is no Batman, especially with him saying it starts with how the Batman ended, essentially. He's walking through Falcone's office that's flooded. So I'm like, well, if it takes place while Batman's active, how active is he if he ain't running up on you at some point in this series?
I can also say that the Penguin kind of got like some power too. I know the Penguin is. Like, I feel like a lot of people might know.
For sure. Yeah, Penguin, it's not hard to sell. Yeah.
Everyone from Batman 66 is iconic.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But also, you can make an argument that Danny and Robin
that's
did a
why
really
they were
good job
basically
elevating the character. Because now I think because if you didn't watch Batman Returns, right, which everyone should have, but if you didn't, I believe all the people who didn't watch that watch Gotham, and if you watch Gotham, you know Penguin from there, right? Now the look is different, but you know the character. So you at least can go, well, I know who he's supposed to be. Right. The ideology is there. Even though this Penguin isn't nearly as much of a wimp as Robin's Penguin was supposed to be portraying. This one is way more cutthroat. Like, the man stepped to Batman and was just like, what? Yeah, he got a little scared, but not as scared as Robin's did. So, yeah, it'll be really interesting. But that show is really interesting because it's more so about building up the legend of Penguin, right? Like, it'll be interesting. Where does the umbrella come in? Where does the monocle come in? Is there going to be a monocle?
Is he going to get a glass shoved in his eye like the Arkham?
Right. Is he going to get a cigarette? By the way, me and Joel sold this like the day the Batman came out. You guys really got to go and get Black Mask to put in this show. You really just have to. I'm sorry. There just has to be a force bigger than Penguin that he has to overcome. And you telling me Black Mask filling that void that Penguin then has to snuff out to take over would putting in the ventriloquist also, because me and Joel were selling it as you could do boroughs, essentially boroughs that are trying to overtake Gotham, right? And it's by the families. Ventriloquist is a family, Black Mask is a family, and it's Penguin having to essentially snuff out all these families to become the face of crime in Gotham, till Joker breaks out of prison, and then it's Joker's world. We just live in it. But Joel, are they going to have to do a a large job selling you on these movies, or can you kind of approach them the same way you did the Joker movie?
Yeah, it didn't take much to sell me on any of this stuff, honestly.
I just need content.
Yeah, I'm in. I've never looked at something and said, I'm not watching that. I've not once said that ever. Not once.
I tried to for Joker, and I ended up in that theater, and then I ended up loving it. So I was like, maybe shouldn't do this again.
I didn't like the idea of Joker at all. I thought that was the stupidest thing, but it was a good movie. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good movie.
I can't lie either. It was really good. Better than expected.
I wasn't not gonna watch it. I just begrudgingly was gonna watch it, and I ended up like, but like I think they can work. They can all work. I don't know if I need to see them as movies. I probably prefer them as series.
Right.
Though Clayface, depending on what version of Clayface they do, would probably need a budget. Though if we're gonna do Clayface, I want to recognize him. So like I want that monster version of Clayface at some point, because
you can kind of. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I mean in terms of that character, the other characters are very low budget. Like you can do Professor Pig, Scarecrow on a budget. Like Clayface, you need a little bit more money, put a little more into to make it look right. Yeah.
I was gonna say. So I want to ask you this. I know you're probably gonna go, "Who cares?" But you giving Scarecrow the scythe or whatever it's called?
Yeah. I don't need it
because we've never seen one with it. Gotham didn't do it. Obviously Nolan didn't do it. So I'm like, this would separate it drastically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. I think Gotham did do it.
Did they?
Yeah,
Gotham did a lot of stuff.
There's a lot about Gotham that after season 3, I'm very blurry on. So they may have. I take that back. I'm sorry.
They did a lot of their villains pretty good. Some of them not, but a lot of them they nailed pretty well. I was impressed with some of their villains.
Doing Joker when you can't call him Joker was definitely one of those.
It was a choice.
Why are you making this difficult? Like, why are you openly making this difficult for them?
He was terrific as
he was, but never be Joker.
Right? Back to the show for that.
That's why I keep telling Sabrina when she's like, he's on my Joker all-time list. Well, he was never Joker. So I don't know how.
Man who laughed.
Right. He was just right. And my second question is, should they? Would it be interesting if they approach Clayface kind of like the way they approach Werewolf by Night, like Mike was saying, to where it is horror-based?
Yeah.
And you're kind of leaning into the not really seeing the monster, but then when you see the monster, you're like, oh, shit.
If you do it like the cartoon did it.
Just do that. Batman's barely in that episode anyway.
Yeah, it's just he's melting. That's just so creepy.
Right.
Yeah.
He can't keep his face straight after a while. He puts.
I will say, if these do stand true, I told you when it comes to movies that I have no interest in, it's the castings that matter. I mean, hell, even the director at this point might matter for me. So I'm just curious to see what of this process sells me. Because again, you telling me the idea of Batman not being in it at all, no problem. You just got to give me an amazing cast, like something else I can sink my teeth in. And I think that's at least what Joker did. That was a really good cast that I had for that movie. So
think of it this way, and I don't know how Reeves is going to approach it, but imagine like it's the reverse Marvel process, right? Where we're having all these villain movies to lead up to Arkham Asylum being like Batman 3, and they're all already established. We already know who all of these characters are. And then that's when we have the big showdown, and we can bring them all together.
Okay. Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't be against it. To me, I think Robert Pattinson's Batman would be a perfect Batman, since we don't have Ben anymore, to do and to me, I think superhero movies should start doing these more. Do an event film, and you can call it Escape on Arkham. Right, where it's essentially just Batman having to put everybody back in their cells. They're trying to escape Arkham. Don't make it a part of his trilogy. Just make it an event film that's kind of bringing all the aspects of the shows or the movies that you've created together. To where now it's just like, this is pretty dope. This is dope. We now get Batman and Robin putting the villains back in their cells. I think superhero franchises should do I hate you, Trevon. I hate you and Joel so much. I hate all of you. I'm just not reading everybody's. You guys are the worst.
I love how it all just happened organically. We didn't talk about it.
It so did, and I didn't even notice it until Trevon came back on the screen. Yeah, I love you. I swear to God, I do. But no, there's really cool ways to do this. But I really do think people should utilize event films more, to where you're not using it as somebody's trilogy. You're just doing it as an event film, because some of these things should be events. And all of Batman's rogue gallery trying to escape Arkham is an event. Utilize it. You know what I'm saying? Utilize it. You could bring Strange in it. You could do so many different things, and Didge is laughing at it. Shut up, Didge. But you can utilize so many things doing an event film. But Joel, what other big news we got coming out of this smorgasbord?
That's a good way to put it. After that huge news, right? No, that was pretty big for me, at least, because
that was huge.
We knew about Penguin and with the Arkham, well, the GCPD show that became Arkham.
Right.
And now
that will become Joker.
But, I just want to restate something that Juwaan said earlier, right? Is that this firmly sets that supernatural and magic type of content can happen in the Reeves universe.
Yes.
Right.
And that by itself is like, oh, that opens the door to so many possibilities. Give me Man-Bat, dang it.
Yes, yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep. And if you build out the Bat family in this, fucking utilize Man-Bat as a anti-hero.
And I'm into Matt Reeves playing around with the lore a little bit, like he did with the Riddler. Yeah. It doesn't have to look exactly like what we know. Just play with it a little bit, because it is its own universe.
But also, we know the only reason Riddler didn't look like that is it was year one for Riddler.
Yeah, but
I think the next time we see him, it will look more, a version of what we know, right?
Closer to what we know, yeah. But
he won't put back on that suit.
Right now, at this point, everyone knows who he is.
right. Yeah, don't do that
again. What was I gonna say? But I liked what his inspiration being the Zodiac Killer and all that. Yeah, leading into that with the other. I think that leaning into the true crime aspect of things it really is what really excites me, and what they can possibly do with some of these villain characters. Like, I think they're the best. Batman's the best rogue gallery in comics, in my opinion. And it's because of their crazy fucking minds,
That's why I said Matt Reeves is the perfect person to give us Court of the Owls. Perfect person. His spin on Court of the Owls would be beautiful. Go ahead, Mike.
I just have one thing that I'm kind of noticing as we kind of flesh out Reeves's Batman universe, right? If we're going to do Professor Pig and just seeing the tone that he set, it feels very much like he's adapting the Dick Grayson time as Batman, like that era of Batman stories, which is kind of strange because Professor Pig, like, he did fight Bruce first, but he is he made his impact when it was Dick as Batman and Damian as Robin and the Grant Morrison.
I was gonna say Damian and Robin,
yeah. And
that should give you a hint, Mike. You're about to get Dick Grayson standing right next to
maybe, or we're doing the thing where we turned Tom Holland into Miles Morales a little bit. So, like, I don't know.
They really, and I still to this day hate that decision. I love Ned to death, but I still don't like that the first friend wasn't Harry Osborn. I get it. It was done too much, right? So you had to change it, right? You didn't want to fall in the formula of yesterday. Right. Yeah. So I'm like, I get it. And it worked perfectly. Let me not sound like I'm hating. Damn, do I miss Harry Osborn? Like, I really do. I really, really, really do. That's why I'm like, now you kind of got to give it to me, right? Like, now you got to give me Harry Osborn.
It totally has to happen in college.
It has to. It really has to. And you can kind of make it to where they're rivals that become friends, Like, Peter's the new hot shot, and it's like, who the hell are you? Like, I'm supposed to be the smart kid here. And it's like, well.
He just, once he hears the last name Osborn, the PTSD is going to kick in.
It's going to kick in so much. But no, to be fair, you know what they're going to do? They're going to structure it the way they structured MJ, to where it's not used to where you're like Osborn, right? To where it's this big name that means something. It's going to be more so, because remember, if you're Peter, you only knew Norman Osborn. So you have no reason to suspect somebody named Harry Osborn, right? Like, you're not going to look at him and go, hey, you're Green Goblin? So it's like you could do a lot of fun stuff with that. I really do think you can have some fun with that. So, because I still to this day thought them changing MJ was the biggest racial cop-out I've ever seen. It was their way of saying, hey, she's MJ. We are not calling her MJ.
We're not calling her Mary Jane.
Right, not calling her Mary Jane. She won't have the red hair.
She'll have the same initials.
Right. It was their way of going, we know
and last name, apparently.
This. Right. And it was their way of saying, we know people will hate this, so let's find a common ground. She's not really your MJ. She's a MJ.
It's the same with Ned, right? Like, we're not going to call him Genki because that'll piss people off. We're just going to call him Ned Leeds.
Right.
But yeah, all I was saying was I think it's interesting how it kind of feels inspired by the Grayson era of Batman. So I wonder if we're going to see an adaptation of like the Black Mirror storyline, which I think would make an amazing movie. I don't care who is Batman in that story, but it would be a fantastic way to kind of end this trilogy if you don't want to go obvious with something like Court of Owls or Mr. Freeze.
Right. And you know, it's so weird. It's so weird because it's like, I got to really wait and see. And Joel, I'm going to pass back to you to tell us more about this DC news. But I really got to wait and see how they flesh out the DCEU. Because what you could do is with Michael Keaton's Batman, have it to where he disappears or whatever. And it's the idea of once you've structured your Bat family in the DCEU, it'll be a lot of fun seeing Nat Dick Grayson fall into the shoes of Batman. And then who becomes essentially his Robin. Right? Like, is it Damian? Is it Tim? Like, that's going to be so interesting, but it's so confusing because it's like, there's no fucking Robin in the DCEU. So it's like, we got to kind of catch up by the time we get to whoever our actual Batman is going forward, right? We're playing catch up now. Like, you're going to have to age up and say, well, he's been Dick Grayson this entire time, right? Now he's Nightwing, and here's the new Robin, and here's Batgirl, and here's... So that's going to be fun to see, but I'm telling you, it's going to be stressful till they really kind of phase everything in.
They'll just do the new 52 route. They'll do the new 52 route where we meet Batman and everybody's here. Don't question it. He had 5 Robins in the span of 4 years.
Did.
Don't think about it.
He really did. He did. And then they were just like, here's Batwoman and here's Batwing. And we were just like, I'm still getting over that. I started this universe with Damian. Like, I'm trying to process that.
All 4 of them at the mansion in the first issue. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the new 52 made decisions. It wasn't Trevon. It was confusing. I'm looking at this team and I'm like, Cyborg's here. There's Robin's already established. I'm losing my mind. It's crazy. It's chaos here.
Batman was fun though. Let's not lie. Batman was pretty fun.
Batman was the most fun of it. But Joel, what else we got?
Moving on from the Bat news, which was always nice. Warner Brothers leadership has apparently an intense desire for Henry Cavill to lead a new Superman movie. Project that would essentially be like Man of Steel 2 is currently in search of writers. So
I thought the name being floated around was the director for
Macquarie is one of the guys on their wish list.
Gotcha.
They would like for him to be involved, but they don't know how likely it would be, considering his plate is kind of full currently with the Mission Impossible. But it is one of the guys, they would like him to be involved because of his relationship with Henry, and he seemed to be interested beforehand. You know,
right.
So he's in space with Tom Cruise. It's going to be a minute
right now.
We know exactly what this means. We know that Chris is about to give us a Game of Thrones type of ending to Mission Impossible as he quickly writes and directs that shit just so he could do Superman. That's what's about to happen.
No, it's the reverse. You know, he's like, I'm going to stay here with Tom Cruise in space. Superman's just going to have to wait.
I don't know, man, because if you go back to his interviews, when that Mission Impossible came out, how excited he was of the possibility of working with Henry to direct a Superman movie. I don't think that died. I think that was always something that was like, hey, if we could ever do it, I will throw Tom Cruise to the fucking wolves so we can make this Superman movie. I'm telling y'all right now, it's going to come out in a few days. Tom Cruise is directing the last Mission Impossible because what's his name stepped down to go do Superman. It's on its way. I'm preparing you guys. It's on its way.
Tom Cruise will be cast in the Superman movie.
You know
he's gonna find a way. Hey, you still. How can I get in this? Like, what do you need?
For the longest
it's like,
time,
well, the only thing Tom Cruise you could do height wise is Mr. Mixel-Piddlix. You want to do that? You want to do that, Tom? I think you'll be great for that. But no, to me, I think I'm not in a rush for this movie. So if I can get him as my writer and director, take your time. I just need to know that this is set in stone. That I don't have to worry about hearing, any kind of BS a year from now.
This news already gives away the end, the whole idea of Henry Cavill returning. And the fact that we've been waiting forever for this to be official. And it's 9 still years. It's been a long time. Long time. And
film needs to start this summer.
And
we need a script first, man.
We're still looking for writers.
I'm like, Joel said that they're looking for writers. Trevon's like, y'all ain't never filmed without writers? No.
They got time.
What's the script?
Get the writers by Christmas. Nah. Get them working and get that shit started by
Trevon, you're forgetting
why he's gonna break from Witcher.
Right now,
you watch that shit out by next December.
Right now, they're trying their best to confuse us with the ending of Flash. Well, before we worry about anything Superman-wise, they want to confuse us first, and then let it thaw out, and then give us the really cool shit. That's what they got to do first.
I need some fast tracking going on over there.
Well, here's my bigger question. Whoever the writer and director is, right? Do you look in the face of Sasha and go, "We're not putting Supergirl in this"?
Yes.
Or do you go, "Let's hold on to it"? Because no, to me, I kind of feel like she shouldn't get the raw deal of this, right? Originally, the old regime
got a raw deal.
I don't disagree, but again, because
getting raw deals
I was about to say, because she got it, don't mean you just give it to everybody. For me, I kind of feel like, remember, it was supposed to be her universe going forward, right? Yeah. And we all agreed that was chaos, right?
You see, Juwaan, the hierarchy of power is changing.
It has, but now that it's changed, Rock, you got daughters, bro. Put Supergirl in this damn Superman movie.
Use your power to get Batgirl back then.
He ain't that powerful.
He ain't Jesus.
There's legal implications around that Batgirl movie, Trevon.
Well,
you can't release it.
No.
Yeah, you can't. Here's the problem.
In the future as Batgirl, but that movie.
Here's the problem, Trevon. If you release it, you can only release it without profit. And if you're David, the whole point of scrapping it was because you believed you couldn't make profit. So to release it with knowing you can't get profit really kind of puts you in a world.
They felt like they'd make more money trashing it.
Right, which they didn't, but they thought they could. So now it's like, well, I'm not going to put it out for free. They don't deserve that.
I'm going to feel
put it on YouTube for Christmas and don't have it monetized. There you go. No profit.
I mean, you could. You actually could. But David's in a mode now where he only wants to make money, and I don't think he's into charity cases. So we're just going to have to wait to see Batgirl in a Bat Family movie, apparently. That's just what's going to have to happen. I mean, look, unless we lose a whole government, and then it doesn't matter. They can release it for profit because there's no government, unless that happens. But we're not living out the story of Dark Knight Rises. But anyway, Superman essentially being back is massive news. The news we thought we would get at San Diego Comic-Con, which is weird because it's like you ideally only made us wait till the end of this year.
Well, apparently he filmed those scenes in September, so they couldn't tell us it.
Really?
Yeah. It was recent, real recent.
I'd like to remind everybody that this movie ain't out yet, and I don't want to know what's happening.
If you don't know,
if you don't know, you live on the road.
If you don't know by now, wow. Good for you. If you don't know by now.
What else I can say? It's an article.
Yeah, I was mad at that article too, by the way. I'm like, you danced around it, but then you said one thing where I'm just like,
to be fair, Mike,
been put out after the movie came out, to be honest.
Well, no, to be fair, everything you guys are saying is true, but the problem is when The Rock gets on the red carpet, right, and is asked about Superman, and he ends the interview by saying, "Welcome home," you kind of go, well, what the fuck does that mean? Welcome home? Is he back?
Even in the article, it states that The Rock is mentioning Superman to kind of gas up this movie.
I just said that he's talking about Superman Black Adam movie.
Right.
It's like not very.
Which, by the way,
and those same people that saw the movie was going to interview him on his new carpet or whatever if they do anything else.
Right.
Any other interviews? So.
Well, no, the interviews for this is done. The marketing for this is done. It would be the next thing he does that this will vamp up a lot more. Like, when will it happen? But I will say, Mike, one thing that is stressing me, and people have asked, so I want to make sure I'm very clear on this. People have asked The Rock about this, but the fact that The Rock is more interested in getting Superman and Black Adam to fight, and his actual nemesis is right fucking there, is stressing me to no bounds. Because I'm like, you keep skipping over Shazam as if that is not important to your character.
Just look at both of them and you understand.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Like, you're two halves of the same coin.
He's got a point. Like, how many people were excited for Batman versus Deathstroke?
Wow.
You know,
I was.
Okay, but Deathstroke is a Nightwing / Titans villain, not necessarily a Batman villain.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So this is the same thing, essentially.
Right, and it's driving me crazy. The only difference is, they had killed off a Robin in that universe. So we knew we were never going to get Nightwing versus Slade. So I accepted it. I'm watching Shazam sit right over there.
But The Rock is also, like he did say that they're going to interact eventually. They just got to build up to it.
That's my point. He keeps talking about it. Like, yeah, we'll get to it. But this Superman fight. And it's like, bitch, no. That's not more important.
He's the most powerful in this universe. That was in the interview.
I get it. No, and again, neither you nor Mike are wrong. Shazam, it's just stressing me that he's walking over Shazam.
Shazam is technically just as powerful.
That's my point, Joel. And I'm like, I think people are starting to forget that because it's not being cherished, right? It's not being. No one cares about it, right? It's like, well, if I can get the Rock and Henry Cavill on the same screen, I want it, right?
I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't want to see that fight.
Step over it.
I mean, dope.
To me, I believe we should get two halves of the same whole. I believe if Superman's ever going to fight Black Adam, it needs to be in a movie where Shazam is there. That's all I'm saying. Where everybody gets what they want. That's all I'm saying.
On the ground. Superman comes to save him.
We have an animated movie.
Yeah, but Superman can't save him, Trevon. His weakness is magic, and that's literally Black Adam. Shazam would have to save Superman. So I'm like, it would have to go the other way.
I'm just saying how these movies are going to go. I'm just telling you how it's going to go.
No, that is fair. I can see The Rock going, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like that magic is a weakness.
That's one of the funniest things about all of this, though, because in all these interviews, he says, I'm a DC boy. I want to cherish the legacy of DC.
DC. And
he's a Superman boy. He's a Superman boy.
That seems like what it, no. Let's be specific. He's a Henry Cavill boy who just so happens to also be Superman. That's what he is.
If General Zod wasn't taken, he probably would have just taken that role. But here we are. He has to be Black Adam. That's the closest thing he can do.
I mean, shit, if he could be Superman, he would have.
Apparently, they a couple of years ago, they asked him if he wanted to be someone else. He said, no, I want to be Black Adam.
We're going to do this Black Adam.
He's staying.
He's like, I already told the world I'm Black Adam. We're doing Black Adam. But no, to me, this is great news. But to me, I kind of feel like this is, you know what this feels like? It feels like when Kevin said, said 2 years, Kevin Feige, I'm sorry, said 2 years ago. Oh yeah, and I couldn't say yes, not the thing. When he got on stage, and said, he said, I gave you guys a lot today, but trust me, there's more. You know, I couldn't talk about Fantastic Four or the X-Men, but they're coming. And it's almost 2 years later. And it's like, bitch, where's my X-Men? Right? So it's like hearing the news about Henry Cavill is only good when it grows legs. Right now, it's the idea of, well, he's in the building. And it's like, well, that's great. Is he wearing a cape? No. That's what I'm more interested in, is when we get there. That's why I said, Joel, what'll be more interesting is seeing what the feeling in the room is a year from now, right? Where the writer is locked in, there is a script, how that formulates itself. But right now, I'm getting the same kind of blue balls I'm getting with the X-Men. I keep hearing about everything X-Men, but not seeing
move past the next movie, even with all this news.
You can't think like that though. You just gotta wait. It's coming. It's coming. Like you talking about Static Shock.
I'm sorry. The difference is, Trevon, I don't believe that it won't happen. I'm just in a rush to hurry up and get it to happen.
No, I fully believe a lot of this stuff won't happen because DC, we get announcements and plans from them every other week, and it never stays the same.
Like, we gotta trust this new regime. It's a new regime.
The new regime that just threw Batgirl in the trash. I don't trust.
But at least he told you he would do it and did it. He kept true to his word. He didn't lie. Last regime was just lying all over the place. They were like, no, fuck all that. And Joel, if we want to talk about this, that I believe the same article, and again, if I'm wrong, please correct me. That same article does allude to the fact that Walter Hamada in the last regime was not interested in moving forward with Henry Cavill.
No,
this is
very
interested. Last week.
That's also an article. Yeah,
Hamada. They were very interested in moving forward.
That's why
something else.
They didn't. There was no Superman wasn't part of the Black Adam movie until recently because.
Right.
That's what the movie was a finished and done deal. You know what I mean?
So you know what that means, right, Joel?
Hamada's back to the
that means when The Rock came to him and said, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we could put a super in this?" And he was just like, "Oh, you read my mind. When did you want to put Supergirl in there?" Supergirl? What? Yeah. We're focused on Supergirl right now. We're on a whole Supergirl wave. Let's do that. And The Rock was just like, "Oh, I might have to go behind this motherfucker's back." Like he's clearly on some other shit.
The Rock was like, "Okay, thank you. All right, bye." I'm gonna go.
Walter was like, "Wait, I'm not done talking. No. Hang up.
No, I'm done.
Hang up. I'm done. I'm done. Shut the fuck up." But no, to me, I think that's very important because I think a lot of people felt as though Walter Hamada was getting the raw deal when this new regime came in, right? Like, oh, Walter Hamada wanted to do some cool stuff and they were kind of kicking him out, you know, and then it was like, well, no, they want him to stay. And then when you hear stuff like this, you're like, oh, ew, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. We already knew that they were fucking had bad ideas because where the fuck were Batman and Superman for the longest time? We didn't know in limbo. Right. We knew it was them. We just didn't know of who exactly.
Who specifically? Now that we know it was Walter Hamada specifically, it's like, disgusting.
I'm like, what are you thinking?
It should lose your job.
I'm 50-50 on it because on one hand, it makes sense to have Batman and Superman be the focal point of the DC universe. I'm not disputing that. But under Hamada, we did get the Suicide Squad and Aquaman and Birds of Prey. And it's like, I liked the movies we were getting. So it's kind of like, I wanted to see where he was going to go with it, especially. And that's the thing about all of these announcements, right? Everything is basically dependent on what happens with Flash and going forward. The new DC universe.
It was before, it is now.
Right. So like even the Superman movie, again, we've talked about it in previous streams. No Mercy Graves, no Jimmy Olsen. That universe lost Clark Kent too, right? Because we killed Clark Kent off in BVS.
Mm-hmm.
What does the Superman universe look post Flashpoint or whatever the Flash movie is going to do?
The fun part is, guess what? You can reboot it all.
Exactly.
You can reboot it all. Once Flashpoint ends, you can kind of go, hey, guys, that doesn't exist.
Yeah. It's just a matter of, now what movies take place post-Flash? Everything's going to be post-Flash.
Right.
Like,
and that's why I said to me, if you're going to, and I'm going to go right to you, Trevon. Hold on. So keep that thought. That's why I said after Flashpoint, just embrace that nothing of before is the same, except for the actors in some events that these said characters went through. That because remember, Aquaman, once we get to Flash, is only in that point, in that time, in his first movie, right? So it's as far as we're concerned, this man hasn't been on adventures for years. So you're not washing away decades of story. You're washing away the fact that the man did one movie. Right. So I'm like, you don't have to make it seem like you're drastically wiping the board clean. No, you're just telling people, hey, there are certain things the last regime did that were fucking idiotic. We're not doing any of that, right? We're going to make our Lex Luthor black and bald, no hair, no 18-year-old, right? Like we're gonna
Sterling K. Brown would be a terrific Lex Luthor. I'm just saying.
Yes, I don't disagree. I really
like him as Mr. Terrific. That's I really would like
that would be
okay.
Dope too, honestly.
Yeah, I can't argue that. I can't argue that at all. I'll say this: if I hear either one of those, I'm not mad. But I'm sorry, Trevon. What were you about to say?
I have a dark take on this article. Like
dark?
It's nice that this article came out, right? It's real nice, all the things that are mentioned in it. Is it, to get everybody hype so they can sneak in some cancellations in the next couple of days? Like,
Well, if they do remember, hold on, time out.
What do you want to cancel?
Hold on, because I believe Trevon is of the mindset. I believe Trevon is of the mindset that a lot of people are when it comes to news being released. It's not like the studio just said, "Hey guys, put this out." It was that you finally were able to, through your source, confirm that these are the conversations. Right. But again, time out. What you have to remember is don't take this as concrete. Take it more so as somebody that works at Variety or the Hollywood Reporter has a source that heard all of this news. But again, this news is all subject to change based off of how David feels. So as of now, it's just the conversation being had in the building. These are the things that are being talked about. I think a lot of people take when they hear it from Variety or the Hollywood Reporter that, oh my God, this is concrete. It's happening for sure. And Deadline, right. Sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it's just, I heard from somebody I trust that this is what was being discussed. And then maybe that very next day, once the information got out, they changed it. Now it's not the case.
That's why it pays to also read it for yourself and not go off of like discussing films tweets. Because even in the article, two different sources have two different opinions on events that are happening.
It's true.
Right.
And so it's like,
I just wanted to say that, Trevon, not for you, because I know you've been with us long enough to know that. But there is an audience out there that will hear this and then spread it as if it's the gospel. No, it's only like
people look at the clickbait.
Well, no, even if they do read the article, it's more so like I can only tell you what I'm hearing. It's not like anybody who wrote this article sat down with David and did an interview, right? It's more so who that works there that heard that from somebody that heard that was having these actual conversations.
I get that, but a lot of people will take this coming from Hollywood Reporter, Deadline as fact. That's
and again, not saying that you shouldn't, because they're the face of legit news.
Right.
I'm just saying they can only tell you what they're hearing.
That's why I said
things change all the time.
To say it for me to believe it. That's why I said it. That's why
I'm just saying it'll be a while before you do that.
Like even the report of Man of Steel 2, I feel like is still inaccurate, right? Because if this is post Flash in a new timeline, is it really a sequel to Man of Steel? It's not a proper Man of Steel.
That's why they said it would be kind of their Man of Steel 2 in quotes, because they never got a Man of Steel 2.
Again, you could argue the direct sequel to Man of Steel was BVS. It just wasn't structured to be titled, a sequel. But that's essentially exactly what it was.
They probably just use Flashpoint to just erase everything after Man of Steel. That's probably what they do.
No, I don't think they'll erase it.
Besides the solo movies.
No. I think what they'll do, Trevon, is just pick out the parts that don't make sense for a universe you're trying to build. Like, again, like Mike said, you killed Jimmy Olsen, Mercy Graves within the first two movies. So it's like, well,
in one movie.
in one movie, essentially. So it's like
he's supporting characters.
And not to mention, Trevon, Superman died in the second movie. So a lot of that is just like we didn't need
Superman
came back.
Superman came back. Clark Kent didn't. That's the thing.
Right.
He can't work at the Daily Planet again without.
So that's why I'm saying
revealing
the
himself
events.
to the world, right?
I don't think the events will change. I think in this universe, Superman and Batman still fought. Right. I just think you're moving pieces around. So like I think Jimmy Olsen will be more accurate. I think Mercy Graves will be back. I think you'll recast Lex Luthor. So I think what you're essentially doing is telling whoever the director is, view this as if though you have a clean slate. You're molding the Superman universe for the first time.
Keep these actors. Keep these three.
Right.
Actors.
Oh, no. Henry Cavill, I guarantee you, is the only one that is guaranteed to remain. They might even recast Lois Lane. Right. They might even recast her.
Okay, you're talking about Superman. I was talking about Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Superman.
Oh, no. They're not being recasted. No. Because at that point, if you recast them, you might as well just completely destroy the DCEU and rebuild it anew.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
But the fact that the rumor says Henry Cavill may indeed be back lets you know that they're not rebooting the universe. They're rebooting stories in said universe.
Right.
You know, I think we have to look at it more so like that. The universe isn't being rebooted, just events. Certain events that shouldn't have happened
James
that
Gunn
early
knows
on.
something, because he did have Superman as part of the Justice League in that finale.
He sure did. There's no Batman, though. That scared me.
No Batman.
That scared me. I'm like, did Walter Hamada direct this? What happened? What's happening here?
Well, they couldn't do Batman because think about it. You either need to get Affleck silhouette, Keaton silhouette, or Pattinson silhouette, and that is
right.
too
But at
risky.
the time, at the time, Mike, it should have just been Ben silhouette, because it was Henry silhouette, and we had no idea Henry was coming back at that time. We were hoping. Yeah. So I'm like, if you were ballsy enough to do Henry silhouette, you should have done.
I mean, Superman looks the same in every universe.
Almost, for sure.
Batman is very distinct.
Very distinct, right? He is. And again, they can make excuses as to why Batman wasn't there. We don't need to get into that. But Joel does make a point. You know, did James Gunn go, "Hey, y'all, are you Superman?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna put him in here."
I mean, they probably like,
right? Well, he wanted to use all of them.
They're probably like, I ain't going shit.
Yeah, because remember, Batman did have a stand-in. There was a stand-in.
I think they had one for Cyborg too, but they took them out.
The Cyborg one was more so like, yo, we don't really fuck with this guy right now. Take him out.
The Batman, so does Cyborg come back now that Hamada's gone?
No, and he should not. Not in the main Justice League.
Hold on.
In the main Justice League?
Oh, you're still in your Titans Cyborg.
Yes. Yeah, I don't fucking want him part of the Justice League anymore. No, hell no. I just rewatched a little bit of the Snyder Cut the other day. And I'm looking at it and I'm just like, this movie really makes it hard to believe that Cyborg and Batman are equally useful. I don't like to ever feel that. It made me sick to my stomach to feel that. They shouldn't both be together. They shouldn't. Cyborg should be replaced with Jaime, and then you use Cyborg for Titans whenever you decide to do that. That's where he belongs. But in the main Justice League, don't do that shit again. And I'm sorry, if we're talking about rebuilding the Justice League and you want to put Cyborg in before Green Lantern, I also have an issue with that.
Yeah, that is 100%.
Green Lantern first. First, before you talk about Cyborg. Don't even think about him. Don't even picture him. Get him out your head. No, well, I can tell you that the likelihood of Ray Fisher coming back as Cyborg is the slimmest of slims. I know. No, I don't think it'll be an issue of them not wanting to bring him back. I think it'll be an issue of them just going, you know what? I don't really need Cyborg. Like, you don't really have a use for him here. It's okay. Batman's smart. We'll just use Batman. If we need race, we'll just bring in Jon Stewart. It's okay. We got that covered. But yeah, Cyborg, no. No more Cyborg. Shut up.
We can always bring Batgirl back.
They can if Michael Keaton is saying they can.
Why not?
That was what was said. No, he said that during the what you call it?
I'm talking about
no, that's what they said. They said
they wanted to keep working with her. And
right. So I'm like, I have no reason to believe she.
What I would love for them to do to just make a Batgirl and Nightwing movie. Just make that the movie. You make that a bigger budget theatrical release. Set in Bloodhaven or wherever you want it to be. You can even do Birds of Prey proper and have Batgirl lead that team.
Oh, yeah. But you can bring back the Birds of Prey and do it right.
Exactly. You know what's stressful, Mike, is that if you did release the Batgirl movie, you could have established it as she was Batman's number 2.
You got to stop thinking about that because that's done now.
It's gone.
No. I'm saying the way that it would have made more sense to put Batgirl in a Nightwing movie.
Way more sense.
Was but that way.
We got to move forward.
But now I'm kind of just like, no, don't do it that way. I'd much rather you just do a full-on Bat Family movie.
This is just the option, that's all.
Well, the thing is, Nightwing and Batgirl are they're not just sidekicks, especially Nightwing. He's 100%. Not a sidekick.
They're individuals.
You can just make a Nightwing movie. You don't even have to. You can have flashbacks to Batman if you really wanted to, but you can just say, "This is the story we're telling with these two heroes. Your introduction to them is in this film," and be done with it. The DC fan in you wants to connect it, but you don't need to.
I'm fine with that as long as I get word sometime soon that Matt Reeves is giving me Robin in the next Batman movie. then I can let it go. Then you're fine. Yeah, do Nightwing in the DCEU because I'm getting the proper structure in the Reeves verse. As long as I'm getting that somewhere, I'm fine with what you're saying, Mike. But if I'm not getting it there, no, it damn sure needs to be somewhere.
We haven't had a Robin in a movie in 25 years.
We haven't had a Robin in a movie ever. That wasn't Robin. That was a grown-ass man named Nightwing in that movie. There was no Robin, okay? I know they like to try to make us think that motherfucker was Nightwing. He was 30. And we were like, that's Robin. Yeah, fucking Robin. Get out of here.
He wore the tights.
Oh, man. I always look back on that and get so sick to my stomach. Anyway, Joel, what else do we got before I start throwing up here? Oh, that fucking movie.
So more from that Superman news. We did get news. I lost it. Where'd it go?
Oh. There it is.
Sorry, it just keeps going around. We got apparently a scriptment, whatever that means. I guess it's a script treatment for Wonder Woman 3 by Patty Jenkins is expected to come in soon.
Yeah, she said she was working on it. Yeah,
right. And a script for a Flash sequel has already been written by the Aquaman writer.
Oh, good.
Whatever.
We don't. Right. They didn't say anything about it. It just says a sequel has been written.
Wait, what did Trevon ask? I didn't hear what he asked.
Said with Ezra.
It will be with Ezra.
No.
Yes, it will.
I'm not sure he'll be free.
He will be fine. He apologized.
No. Time out. I'm telling you why it won't be with him. If you're the director, right? There's no way you want that attached again. Because again, people won't remember your movie Flashpoint for what they should remember it for. It'll always be shrouded in, that fucking Ezra guy did that movie, right? So again, this sequel is your chance. Again, if he is directing it, to have a fresh, clean slate. New actor, no drama, no stress. Just go make a really good Flash movie. So if I'm him, I'm telling him there's no way I come back to direct if he's still here. No fucking way. No way. Nah. Nope. And I'm telling you, the response won't be okay. Fucking Michael Vick came back from jail and they were still like, we want you dead. And that motherfucker just, maybe fought some dogs. So I'm like, if his image wasn't clear.
There's a difference there.
In color, yes. But again, in narrative, no. But no, this is good news. I'm glad that Patty Jenkins had free time with Rogue Squadron being thrown in the garbage for work on this Wonder Woman 3.
Hopefully it's better than Wonder Woman 2.
I just need her to raise the stakes. I really do. I kind of felt like a lot was lost in Wonder Woman 2. Like, is she the bad guy? No, she's not. It's like, well, why? Like, why was the guy with no powers?
But not the main.
No, not the main bad guy.
Yeah.
That to me was very confusing. It sent me in a whirlwind. So I'm like, I need a clear narrative. And again, I want her to spend more time on Themyscira. Like Wonder Woman, she spends all of her time there. You know what I'm saying? If she's not doing Justice League shit. So I'm like, I want to see her utilized more there. She does.
No, she does not.
No.
When she becomes the queen of Themyscira, she 100% does.
Okay, is she queen right now?
No, but that's what I want. I don't know when I'll see Wonder Woman again after this.
They're basically immortal.
That's like complaining about Thor not having the Odin Force.
Right.
We just never got to that point
yet. I'm sorry, time out. Mike, have you not heard me complaining about that this entire time? I've been wanting that. I've been wanting Thor to have the Odin Force.
You can want him to have it, but I'm saying we weren't up to that step yet. That's all I'm saying.
Come on. They progress shit so fast. Let's get there. Come on.
Wonder Woman 2 is set in the 80s. Like, in present day, she's still not queen of the Amazon. So.
Which is my problem. God damn, Mom.
I'm just saying, like, that can be the next movie, but it's just a strange...
You're going to be waiting a while, brother.
Hurry up. Get her out of here. I'm sick of it. But no, all jokes aside, she has, as Joel just said, for too long, past the crown. But no, for me, I don't know, man. I'm really curious where she goes. Who's your villains? Kind of where do you go with this?
That's big.
Because you struck high in the first one. You struck low in the second one. You go back up.
Dr. Psycho as like a mini villain, because I would love to see someone
where he just uses the word he used in the The Harley Quinn show. That's his only role.
Yeah.
To show that men aren't shit.
back to circle. Yeah.
I mean, you still have Cersei that you can use.
Cersei's a good one.
Giganta.
Yeah.
Giganta.
But I don't know if it's a main villain. But yeah.
No, not a main villain. Just shit. You didn't use Cheetah as a main villain, so why not? Put Giganta in there as a secondary villain.
Yeah, I'm not sure how fucking what's his name was the best villain.
I don't know.
That's what's really kind of frustrating for me is that in the first movie, love the first movie. Mm-hmm. We killed all of the gods in like the first 5 minutes.
I was like, I had an issue with that.
Like we could have that's material that you could have pulled from for 5 movies, and you just we don't.
Hades. I mean, we did Ares. We could do Hades next.
Zeus even.
Yeah, because Zeus.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
and at some point, being this movie, you do need to bring in sidekick. I don't like having 3 movies established and you've not once brought in the sidekick should be brought in now. That you should focus on that now. It doesn't have to be a focus. She doesn't have to be a focus. She could be an end credit scene. I don't care. It just needs to be introduced in this movie.
I would like them to introduce Nubia too.
That's completely fine. Yeah, but to me, to have 3 full it's like picture if Henry Cavill was there and we had 3 full Superman movies and no Supergirl or no Superboy. It's like, what are we doing?
There's definitely enough Amazonians that they should definitely introduce.
More of Artemis, you know.
They have an Artemis, but let's say a better Artemis.
Yeah. Again, Flashpoint will fix certain things, and Artemis should be one of the things that's fixed.
She barely had a role, but they called her Artemis.
Give it a power flight, real flight.
She flies. Has it?
I don't know what else to tell you. What's real flight?
I was about to ask that. What's real
flight?
Why can't they
fly
Superman type flying?
Doesn't she have that?
Not in the movies.
No, but again, I don't want her to fly like Superman. I want the individuality. I want you to fly differently.
The difference that her flying is more like gliding.
I could have sworn she learned how to fly when it
did. I think she did.
Okay,
she just doesn't miss. In the last one.
She doesn't.
Trevon just doesn't like how she flies.
You want the Snyder dirt rises from the ground before you take off.
I want some speed.
You want supersonic. Trevon, not everybody can fly like that.
She's not. She's not.
People just have flight. Yeah. You know his whole thing is
I've watched the cartoon.
The speed of sound, right?
I have watched the cartoon. In her movie, she flew.
Trevon, she used the jet a lot in the cartoon.
No, I don't know what cartoon. That's
that
what
is ridiculous. But
that's not the cartoon I've seen.
Are you talking about Justice League Unlimited?
Every time I've seen her, she flies.
She did fly quite a bit.
Normal.
No. I'm not saying she doesn't fly. I'm saying she was using her ship a lot in Unlimited.
I don't
and her fly was when she would fly, it would kind of be more just like this, not like zoom, like just taking off.
We've never seen her be as fast as Superman, though.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say, Trevon. She
like Superman might be slowing down for her to keep up. We're not necessarily seeing her go at Mach 10 with Superman, you know?
Right. And look, we've also seen times, Trevon, where they've told Flash or Superman, hey, don't wait for us. Go. Right? And then you see how much faster they are than everybody else. So for me, if everyone, again, I keep trying to tell you, Trevon, powers are not a uniform. So if everyone's flying the same, fighting the same, why do I need all of you? I just need one of you.
When I see a character, there's certain powers I think of immediately, and flying is one of them for her.
But again, she does fly. She just doesn't fly the way you want her to fly. That's all we're trying to say. She does fly.
That's floating. It's not flying.
It's not floating.
It's
moving.
No, time out, Joel. Even if it is a version of float, that's still flying.
Going with the wind, baby.
We're redefining what it
flight
means.
Flight is levitation plus speed.
Okay. Well, that's the problem. That's not much speed.
Yeah, but again, I just want you to know that there's different ways of showcasing that. Wanda doesn't fly the same way that Thor does.
I agree with y'all.
You know? Just saying. She doesn't fly the same way Thor does. There's a difference. But no, I'm really excited for whatever her treatment is. And I'm curious. I'll start with you, Trevon. Do you need... let's say this is good. Wonder Woman 3 is really good. It lives up to the first one. We kind of ignore the second one. Do you want a fourth?
Why not?
I know you'd be fine with it, Joel. Trevon, do you want a fourth?
Sure.
Okay. All right. For me, I think I have to wait. because I know the way a lot of people view Taika is how I view Patty. So,
one movie.
Huh?
It's only one movie.
Wait, say it again.
There's only one movie that you would consider a fuck up.
No. I'm saying the way they view. I think Taika is only messed up on one movie. So I'm saying the way they view Taika is how I view Patty. I'm just saying. I think Wonder Woman 1984 was way more egregious than Thor: Love and Thunder. I mean, way more. I mean, offensively egregious. So that's why I'm like, for me, I gotta wait and see what she does with Wonder Woman 3 before I decide on whether or not I want to see her come back to do something else. Wonder Woman. I also want them to start to utilize shows more with this universe. Like we were talking about Donna or Artemis or whatever. Spin it off. You know what I'm saying? Spin it off. So by the time we see Donna reconnect with Diana or whatever, there's story there, rather than you having to just give us a narrative that they've been training all this time. Well, did we see it?
I'm interjecting and just gonna say Donna Troy already exists on TV. This is why I hate Titans. You know, it's just all these characters could be used elsewhere and then spun off into TV, but Titans is still existing. So
again, we keep trying to tell people to prepare themselves. It is a really good chance this is the last season. It's a really good chance.
Of the fastest characters in the DC universe.
Oh damn! Okay.
In the order that they have it at the time of this comic book. So, right now, it's 10. It goes top 10, right? So, Kid Flash, which is Wallace West in this version, right?
Are we going from 10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
I'm going 10 to 1. 10 is right now. Kid Flash is 10.
That's already a lie because he's faster than Barry. But anyway,
Kid Flash, Wallace West.
Are we making a difference? Oh,
Wallace.
there's two Wallies.
Yeah.
I hate the new 52
I
so
said,
much.
I know it's stupid. It's beyond stupid, but we did it.
Okay, so that's 10.
Wallace West, which is the Black Kid Flash. It had to be more, so you understand.
We get you.
Shazam 9 apparently. Godspeed is 8.
Right, makes sense.
Wonder Woman is 7. Apparently.
Got you. Trevon.
Godspeed.
Cheetah 6.
Oh goddamn! Her villain is faster than her. Trip.
I mean, it makes sense. Cheetah's entire thing is being a cheetah. So
right.
Now the top 5. Black Racer is from the New Gods.
Is he black?
Yeah. Well, he's a New God or one of them people. He's on skis. You ever seen him?
Yeah. I do. I have. I love how when DC was making characters, they were just like, I don't think the audience will get it unless we put black in the name.
This is well, yeah, but that's on a lot of characters. That was their version of like Silver Surfer and shit. Then you have Superman 4.
Oh damn! Okay.
Number 3 is Reverse Flash.
And then I know the top 2, the Flashes.
The Flashes. Can you name the order?
It's Barry then Wally.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mike spoiled it for us. Mike was just like, "Oh bullshit, Wally number 1." I
think it's funny that Wally and Wallace book in this list, though. That's just kind of funny.
They do. It's funny. Like, and I love how they're just like, all right, we got to be consistent. They're here. They're bookends, right? They're bookends.
But to answer Trayvon's gripe, Wonder Woman is 3 characters slower than Superman.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's okay, Trevon. She'll be as fast as him when she gets back in her jet.
I just want them on screen together again, so I'll take whatever I can get.
Yeah, whatever version they got. Hold my hand.
Oh, wait. I wanted to ask you guys, since, for reasons, I'm still trying to process. There's no Steve Trevor. So who would you like to see be Diana's love interest?
Without Steve Trevor?
Yeah.
Steve Trevor Jr. I'm kidding. I don't know.
She just goes, hey, kept it in the family. Those genes I just could not quit.
Whoever the guy that was go back to the guy that you were having sex with, realistically. Because remember he took over the body. Just go back to the body.
Yeah.
Go back to that guy.
Nah, we don't have to go back there.
You liked it.
No.
I'm pretty sure you like it, yeah.
your pick isn't what just sent me in a whirlwind. I was trying to remember what the fuck you were talking about. And then I remembered that movie and then hated it all over again. Now I get what you're saying, Trevon. We're on this.
Why couldn't she just wish for Steve to be alive? Like, geez, why do we have to do this weird body hops thing? Ugh.
I'm like, it worked for Pinocchio, and she just was like, no, I don't have imagination that wide. Just that guy. I think you're Steve Trevor. We're going to leave it at that. Okay, so, no. all jokes aside, Joel and Trevon and Mike. Joel, you first. Who in that we know we have in the DCEU as of now? Who would you like to see be a love interest for Diana?
I don't know. I would have to think about that. I'm not really sure because usually it's Steve Trevor. Like, I don't know anybody other than Steve Trevor in her world.
I'm going to be honest with you, Joel. I want to see Michael Keaton get some love. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. I want to see Wonder Woman. I want to see Wonder Woman lick the face the same way Catwoman did. That's what I want. Yeah. That's cinema, baby. That's cinema.
That's fine if it's Arthur Curry, who I pick.
So you're just gonna
the one that's married
over Mira? You know we can recast Mira, right, and just solve that whole Amber Heard issue.
I think they might, honestly.
You're gonna throw out Mira altogether?
Yes.
They didn't have chemistry anyway, remember?
Exactly.
But that's why you recast her. That's my point. He didn't. It wasn't the characters that lacked chemistry. It was the actors that lacked chemistry.
Yeah, don't punish Mira. Mira's a great.
Yeah, the hell?
Mira's
Come on now.
I said what I said. Arthur Curry and her were really Wonder Woman.
I'll take.
Well, look, if they were properly doing Flashpoint, that's where you would have got it. If they were properly doing Flashpoint,
that's
where you would have got it. It is a hot ass couple. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It'd be a lot of sweat, a lot of sweat and beauty coming out of that bedroom.
I did too.
It's a great shit.
I did like that shit.
That's why I said
with Michael Keaton. No,
I need it with Michael Keaton.
I'll take it with any Batman. Just
lick the face. Joel's like, I'll have her sleep with somebody in a different universe. I'll have her travel the multiverse. Go see Rob real quick. But for me, it'll be Batman. It'll always be Batman, and I want Diana to lick.
If it's Keaton, I'll take Keaton. If it's Ben, I'll take Ben.
All right, so we got 2 for Batman. Trevon, you sticking with Arthur Curry?
Arthur Curry or Ben Affleck's Batman. Keaton, absolutely not.
Why are you hating on?
Because he's ageism. That's ageism.
Yeah, that's ageism.
Well, I'm staying in it. Let's say what I said. No.
Damn, that's racist to old people.
Old people need love
too. Yeah, why can't they get jiggy with it, Trevon? That's not fair.
Go find somebody else. Then.
Go find Michelle Pfeiffer. She's still around.
I mean, if I could find Michelle Pfeiffer, I would ship me and Michelle Pfeiffer.
I'll go find Hippolyta.
No, don't make Batman a slut. He's not a slut. He's not taking her.
Yes, he is.
He's not taking someone's mother. That's not Batman. Relax. That is not Batman. He'll take your daughter, not your mother. Okay, Batman has standards. Okay, let's be clear. He does.
Isn't this ageist again?
He's not a man whore. Yeah. But again, when it's Batman doing it, it's okay. Trevon doesn't get.
You see, this is the message She-Hulk was trying to teach us about the different standards between.
You always get with the girl that doesn't age, right?
Yes, that's usually what Batman does. Yes. But no, all jokes aside, so we got 2 Batman, 1 Arthur Curry, 1 racism to old people.
No. Ben Affleck's Batman.
No. We ignored that.
Clear.
1 Arthur Curry, Aquaman, and 2 Batmans. Go ahead, Mike. Who are you putting in here? I'm ignoring that, Trevon.
Supergirl.
Supergirl car?
Yes. Assuming that car is not a child in this universe.
She's old enough, I think. But I don't know.
I mean, because I'm not shipping Wonder Woman and Superman.
Do that.
You gotta leave Lois.
You can't be Superman.
Yeah. We're not messing.
I never liked Superman and Wonder Woman together anyway, but
yeah, me neither. That was always kind of weird. But Supergirl.
Yes, but he's not a hoe. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. I will not let you guys make Matt Murdock and Batman hoes. Okay, they are not that.
Love interest is a strong way to put it.
Matt Murdock's up with
sexual conquest is better.
Well, if that's how you want to put it, I can tell you right now, Batman has collected all of the Infinity Stones. So he's a hoe. If you want to say a conquest, he collected all the Infinity Gems.
Sexual conquest is another way of saying hoe.
No, I don't like you to class it up. I like you to either call him a hoe or he's not a hoe.
Okay, he's a hoe.
No, I don't want it. You know what? You know what, Mike? If you want to do that to my guy, if he's a hoe, get Grayson.
We know. We all know that.
That was a bigger hoe.
He's probably the biggest hoe in all the comics.
That's why they gave him
the Nightwing fandom embraces that.
But that's why they gave him an ass that won't quit. It's because it's like we have to give you a reason as to
he
why
has a
you're
badonkadonk.
It is
that ass.
funny.
It's, you know what? Never mind.
It is funny. His name's Dick Grayson, but his ass is his best feature.
No. To me, what's funny is that he's the only character.
Just saying. Well, just saying.
Dick Grayson is the only character we've actually seen like grow up from 10 years old to now, and it's like we just saw this kid become a slut.
Because you know it happened, right?
Eyes.
You know it happened. You know, as he was getting older, Bruce was just like, "Hey, you can't have love and be a Robin. You got to pick one." So he was like, "All right, I'm Robin." Then once he said, "You know what? I'm done working underneath Bruce." He was just like, "The world is now my oyster.
Starfire changes a man. I tell you that.
He said, "I want everything. I want to taste
I like
everything."
The alien stuff.
Oh wait, this is a true statement. This is a true statement. There you go. Like father, like son.
Everything but men.
I'm saying, is that an issue for you, Trevon? Did you want them?
Not against straight people, bro.
You were just being really racist and sexist and whatever you can be today, aren't you? You were in your
the
bag
term you
today.
were looking for was ageist.
Oh, there you go. Ageist, yeah. And you're being Batmanist right now, Trevon, and that's the most disgusting. Yeah, watch your mouth talking about our Lord and Savior Batman. Watch your goddamn mouth. Anyway, all right, so Joel, is there any other massive news from this DC outpour that we got today?
That was the bulk of it. I know, I gotta find his name. Who was in charge of now Warner Brothers?
Trevon.
No.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
No,
as far as I'm concerned, Trevon is in charge.
If I was.
But yeah, why you look up the name?
I'll do that.
That would be working on right now.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. One of the biggest talking points in the article, though, was like almost a power struggle over the DC brand, which I think is kind of crazy because I don't know if you guys actually read it in full, but it's like, there's so many ideas being thrown around. There's not the Kevin Feige's not there. So it's like all of this stuff is being planned out, but a lot of it, maybe none of it will actually come to light, which is kind of interesting. And it's going to be fascinating to see them right the ship with this, the name that Joel's looking for.
I got it.
Yeah.
So right now the heads of WB Pictures are Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi. So what's been going on, because they can't find anyone right now to take the head of the DC universe. They've been leaning on them to help make decisions, and that's how they got to the Henry Cavill thing. And Rock talked to them, and it looks like they'll be giving DeLuca a more hands-on approach there, and he'll probably have more say in DC going forward because of how well things have been going. I'm not saying he's going to take over as the DC guy going forward, but he is a fan, and right now they're leaning on him to handle a lot of decision making because he greenlit Joker. I think he got the Constantine thing worked out.
Yeah.
So it's just that might be the guy that might be the head in the future, but we don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and DeLuca, he used to work at New Line Cinema.
Right.
He was trying to get them to do that Iron Man movie that they refused to do.
Yeah.
So and he's legitimately a DC fan. So that's exciting.
Yes, so he might be the guy.
My biggest thing is The Rock keeps saying in these interviews how this movie was made for the fans, how when he got with Hiram Garcia and his whole team, it was the idea that we want to do things for the fans. Mm-hmm. So my question is, how much power does The Rock truly have within DC? Because if he does, then to me it's like, well, if The Rock is such a fan, make a boardroom of people that are the structure.
I think
it depends on the box office for this movie first.
Really?
Well, I don't think that should necessarily dictate. I don't think it should.
It does though.
I don't think it should. Because to me, what are you looking at? What's your goal? Because to me, as long as you make around what Batman made, you're fine.
If Batman made like what, 700, son?
Right, 700 million.
Almost
that's what I'm saying.
$1 billion.
What's your goal? That's what I'm saying. What's your goal?
$1 billion?
I'd say
should not be a goal, Trevon. Only few movies reach $1 billion.
Being honest, it's The Rock.
Yes, but again, The Rock. Bro,
right now, that's all it is. It's The Rock.
I don't think The Rock has been in many movies that have reached $1 billion.
Has he been in any? Now that I think about it,
Fast and Furious, I think, was probably the one.
Yeah, that's not really a Rock-led movie either.
Right? It's not.
Did Hobbs and Shaw make $1 billion?
No, but you can make an argument. Those movies weren't nearly as interesting to The Rock, I think. So you could say
that's fair.
Could you have done this if I wasn't here? We don't know. It hasn't made $1 billion since he left.
He loves this character, so I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a lot, Rod. That's a lot, Rod.
Yeah,
I agree and disagree.
I don't think there should be. I don't think there should be.
I don't think so either, but that's how it works.
Like I think there's some layer of pressure, right? Especially when it comes to the Superman aspect, because they were fully prepared to reboot this character, and The Rock is the reason we are returning to Henry Cavill's take on Superman. So if word of mouth is good and people are open to receiving Henry Cavill back as Superman, that is, I think, the biggest tell for Black Adam.
But that's where my issue comes from, and then we'll move on. But that's where my issue comes from, right?
Yeah.
You spent a whole summer, right, destroying your brand, and you're now telling me one fucking movie has to restore the faith of your brand. That's not fair to that movie. To me, I think it should be based off of how the next 3 movies do. Now, if those 3 movies don't do well, then you got to step back and go, well, we got to look at what's going on here. But if Black Adam doesn't do, let's say, $1 billion, right? Let's say $1 billion. Let's give it some unrealistic expectation. It doesn't do $1 billion.
Yeah.
To me, again, Black Adam is only step 1 in your 3 steps to restore the faith in your brand. So to me, if The Rock, I said when we left the theater, it got me excited for the future of DC if it's anything like what that movie was. So to me, I don't put the pressure on. Like if I left not liking this movie, I wouldn't have went, well, there's no way I'm going to like Aquaman, Shazam, or The Flash. No, I just would take it as this is a one-off thing for a movie I still to this day don't think should fucking exist. So for me, that's why I didn't put unrealistic expectations on it, because it's a movie that just shouldn't exist. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are you excited enough to go see it again?
Oh, we're going to see it again.
Yeah, we're going to go see it in 2 days. Yeah, in 2 days.
I'll be there.
We get to see it with our family.
Dang.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. No, not 2 days. 3 days. I thought today was Tuesday.
That's fine. I still didn't realize it was this week.
Yeah, it's this week. And then in like 3.5 weeks is Black Panther. So
but
it'll come like that.
Comes out Friday. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it could be a huge DC week. You know what I'm saying? It really could. It really could. Good word of mouth could be produced for DC. But to me, I'm not leveraging the future of DC on whether or not Black Adam is good. You know,
it's not the entire future. In my opinion,
because to me, here's the difference. And I'm sorry, man, I'm gonna go right back to you. But here's the difference. To me, when it comes to the future of DC, I put that on the shoulders of Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. If those movies can't sell, then you're doing something completely wrong. But if characters that people that maybe didn't watch cartoons or read the comics aren't familiar with don't land, I would tell you as long as Black Adam does Ant-Man money, it's fine. Now, if you want to make an argument that The Rock is a bigger name than Paul Rudd, I wouldn't argue that. But The Rock is not a bigger name than fucking Marvel. So if Ant-Man being in Marvel couldn't generate more money and Black Adam makes around that, to me, that's a success. That's fine. That's completely fine. That's just a building block.
Over whatever budget it was. Whatever the
budget. I don't think that'll be a problem. I don't think that'll be a problem. I think if you're Warner Brothers, your biggest issue, because again, Trevon, and I'm glad you said that. Me and Joel have been trying to tell people this for years. People always assume because the narrative of Warner Brothers of DC is not good, that money has been their issue. Money has never been their issue. They've made money for almost all of their movies they've released. Problem is, until COVID, but we don't really count that against anybody. That came out in the COVID
that's why they ain't gonna do any more TV movies.
Right. But to me, the bigger issue is the narrative is never good all the time for DC. It's never that they don't make money.
Yeah, like the last
it's
couple
that the conversation is not good. Right.
It's
so
just,
for me, it doesn't come down to what it does financially, because most of all their movies have made money.
It's the outside bullshit, you know.
Right. So that's why I said, Trevon, it's not fair to put it on the shoulders of this movie, because money's never been an issue for DC. The issue has been all of the media that came to see it shitted on your movie. So now people that trust the media as the Bible are going to shit on the movie also. They're not even going to have to see it to shit on it. You know, so that's the bigger issue, is the word of mouth needs to be better. But the money is always there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. To me, if you fuck up Aquaman and Flash also, and they also don't make money, that's when you got to take a step back.
And that's also why this movie was premiered a week early for word of mouth to get good. So.
Well, I mean,
this was a world premiere. This wasn't a special screening.
I'm saying,
it was a world premiere.
I'm saying, but they invited people at Comic-Con, so it's like they knew what they were doing. They were getting.
Well, I think they invited people at Comic-Con because, like he said, this was supposed to be for the fans. Because to me, if you were just looking for word of mouth, that's what the press is there for. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you needed us.
Nah, because you have a certain section of the DC fandom that hates critics because of a certain thing.
That's fair, but again, I think if you're Warner Brothers, you're not looking to appease them. You're looking to appease the people who have no idea about who the press are.
They're gonna hate this movie regardless. So,
well, I will say it might have restored some faith in that group. Of
certain sections of them might be happy, but then
it might restore.
The sticklers will never be happy. They're bitter.
And those are the people you can't appease to. It's nothing you can do. All right, so let's move on. I want to talk about this because it really freaked us out. And I'm gonna send this to you, Mike, so you can we can bring this up here. I want to talk about the trailer of Megan. I want to talk about that trailer. First of all, I also want to say a lot of people spent this past week enjoying the beef between Nicki Minaj and Lotto. You completely missed out on the beef of Megan and Chucky. That was the greatest internet beef.
I didn't miss the Megan used the Nicki quote.
She did, Trevon. She did use the Nicki quote. She did. I will say Megan versus Chucky is the best internet beef I've seen since McDonald's and fucking Arby's. Or Wendy's anytime they anytime Wendy's. Yes. This trailer was freaking insane. When when Didge put it in, I didn't see it till Didge was like, y'all see this weird ass shit? And Joel's like, I posted it but didn't get a chance to watch it. I'll let you know what I think. So I'm like, okay, what is Didge all up in arms about? So I watched it and was just like, yikes. This shit is crazy. You haven't seen the trailer?
Oh,
Mike, do you think we'll get flagged if we play the trailer here?
You will get a copyright claim, so you won't make any money off of this video. But it's not going to be an issue on the channel.
Watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
You sure, Trevon? You want me to just bring it up here?
No, I got it. I'm gonna watch
it. Joel, I'll start off with you, man. Are you starting to feel as though horror is really starting to catch its proper stride? Because this is so creative, right? This isn't a typical reboot or reimagining of something that already exists. This is from two of the best minds in horror, bringing us something new.
It's new, but it's also something that as soon as I watched it, I'm like, it's like what modern day Chucky, because that's kind of what it felt like to me.
And we saw a modern day Chucky with Chucky, and it didn't work.
Well, that's the thing. The modern day Chucky did the AI angle too,
right? And it did not work.
No,
the audience were like,
no, but that's what it reminded me of, and that's it's not like it's reinventing the wheel here. You know?
No, but it is addressing it from a different standpoint. Like, yes, is it essentially child's play? Hey, you want to be my friend? Yes, it is
different, but it's also similar.
Yes, but it is also. I tell you, when she started running in the woods, I'm like, is this a fucking AI or a real little girl?
She was crawling.
I'm like, the fuck is this little demonic ass fucking thing? Yeah,
no, she was dancing.
But I'm proud of that dance. Was the weirdest thing, right, Joel?
The dance is the creepiest shit. I was like,
holy shit, man!
Well,
like,
how she moved? Because she's like a robot.
Get Out too, isn't it? That's the girl from Get Out.
Yes, the aunt. Yes, the aunt is. But I will say, Joel, as I go back to you for you to give me your thoughts. God bless whoever was that person on the other side of her dancing, because you had to watch that creepy ass dance and then die. Like, think about that. Like you didn't watch it and she went home. You watched it and that was the last thing you ever saw.
Yeah, it was
creepy. But walk me through your thoughts on this trailer, Joel.
No, that was really. I mean, it had that feel like of a child's play. Yeah, but there were so many scenes because dolls always creep me out. So that's why for me growing up, Chucky was scary mainly because I never had dolls with eyes. Like I didn't like dolls because they had eyes. Like,
that fucking thing looking at me?
Yeah, I don't have. My brother had because his wife has dolls everywhere.
Oh, those like porcelain dolls?
No, some of them are just regular dolls sometimes.
Oh, gotcha.
But she just loves dolls, and I'm like,
we don't do that here.
No, I can't. It freaks me out. So I was like, so this movie, she looks even more freaky because she's like more photorealistic. She's looks like a person, but the eyes are dead though inside at the same time.
You know what's weird about her? You know what she looks like? She looks like a human that they tried to make look AI, rather than an AI that they're trying to make look human. This looks like an actress that you try to make look like a robot, as opposed to a robot you try to make look like an actress. That's why it really shatters.
It works. Yeah, it gives you chills because she kind of doesn't look like she's alive, but she is. And the way she moves, it's all about the way they move, you know. And yeah, it looks really creepy. So I do look forward to it. And horror right now is on a roll, my opinion, with some of the crazy shit they got now. So I do look forward to Megan.
And I'm telling y'all this right now. I had that Chucky when Bride of Chucky came out, and my aunt worked at Spencer Gifts. I'm buying this Megan. As soon as this shit drops, I'm buying it. I just want to see. I want to see if it's real. I want to see if I can go.
Megan.
I want to see if I can say, "Yo, Megan,
you are the biggest."
I want to see.
You are not buying no Megan.
I want to see if I can tell Megan, Joelle's been talking a lot of shit. Handle him. I want to see if she does it. I want to see if she goes and beats Joelle's ass. I just want to see if it happens. I want to try it out.
And Megan, if she's successful,
If she's successful, I will use my power for nothing but evil. I will go around and say, Trevon was talking shit about Batman. That hurt my soul, Megan. Go fly out there. Go pay him a visit real quick. He was popping that shit. But no, all jokes aside, Mike, you being one of the biggest horror fans that I trust when it comes to the world of horror, I look to see what you say.
Why?
Because I like your opinions on horror.
I don't like horror. That makes no sense.
You do like horror, Mike. You be watching this scary shit. Don't lie because you're on air. But no, all jokes aside, did you see this trailer, Mike?
Of course not. I don't like
Go watch it, Mike, and embrace it.
I think you're confusing me with Blake and Sabrina and
nope,
Shayla
I'm not. I'm just lying. And I don't see what's wrong with that. I really don't. I don't get it. I don't see the problem.
No,
but while you go watch the trailer,
looking at the still, it is terrifying. I'm like, nope, not doing it. I'm good.
I swear to God, bro.
You damn right. If I can buy this Megan and she does that dance, I will sit it right outside Joelle's window. Just to dance. Not even to do anything criminal. Just dance. That's it. Just dance.
I'll tell you right now, you won't have a doll.
All right, you say that so Megan beat your ass, so she shoots you the fair one, Joelle.
Wait, why is she dance? I'm confused. I'm watching it on mute right now.
That's what we were saying. That's what was so weird. Like, where did the dance come from? Like,
that makes her so much scarier.
And then she just did a cartwheel out of nowhere. It's like, what is wrong with this doll? Weirdest fucking thing.
I've been enjoying the memes to the dance.
The memes are great. The memes are great.
Funny. To it.
Yes.
She kind of looks like Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh no! Don't say that. I don't want to see Elizabeth Olsen. I don't want to view that when I see her from now on. Because apparently,
the blueprint.
I was about to say that's what she turned into, Trevon. She had to transfer her essence into Megan. Megan, the Scarlet Witch. But no, Trevon, I want to go to you because I know horror is something you love more than comedies or anime or superhero movies. You thrive off this shit. So when you just saw this trailer, how excited were you to go see this with us?
I'm not excited at all.
I'm so confused.
If I do watch this, it will be in daylight.
I don't think that will help you. Like, I don't think she only shows up at night. She beat that boy's ass during the day. I'm just saying, light might not help you.
Because it's like when I was watching with Alita Battle Angel, she looked weird.
She did.
It was a little scary.
This comment.
It's like Fortnite, where it's like, just shoot me. I don't need you to dab on me, guys. Just take me out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if the last thing I see is her hitting that cartwheel, I'm gonna be mad as hell when I get to the
that
pearly
little leg kick she did when she got to the
yes, yeah,
she's
like
doing the gritty before she stabs you.
Yeah, I would not. I would make a pact with God. You can't let me go out like this. You just can't. You can't, man. You cannot. I'd rather slip on ice and break my neck than you letting me die by this weird ass dance. No way. I could do that. I can't sign off.
I just have a problem with like the woman even making it. Like, where was your thought process? And then
again,
turn off. And
again,
was like,
this is rogue. This specific doll is rogue. I don't think she created it to be a mass murderer. I think she created it to be.
You stop playing around with things you don't understand. Like, you tell that thing turn off, and then look at you like.
Yeah. First of all, Trevon, when she said at the table, when she said turn off, and she said, I thought we were having a civilized fucking conversation, ma'am. I was like, oh, hell no, you gotta go. You get the fuck out. It's like, well, I'm staying with your niece. You can fucking take her too. Both of y'all can get the fuck out. You serious? Neither one of y'all gotta live here.
Like, you ain't got no
fuck out.
Like, for one, you got no failsafe. You got nothing in there just to blow her ass up.
Didn't you just learn that with Ultron? There is no such thing as a failsafe. These motherfuckers are vicious. They had to create a new Ultron just to stop Ultron, Trevon.
There needs to be something in there that can blow it up if I feel like it. If I'm too scared, bitch, I need to be able to push a button. Your ass is done. I don't care.
Well, let me ask you
this.
If
I made it, are you kidding?
Let me ask you this: knowing how successful Freddy versus Jason was, are you lobbying for Tiffany versus Megan? Right, where we get Tiffany from Chucky versus Megan, and we get the battle of a century. Are you ready for that?
No, I'd rather Chucky versus Megan because
I can't have a man fighting a woman, Trevon. That just does not pan out well. It just don't.
Demon.
Yeah, it still don't. That's why I'm very curious how they about to do Mr. and Mrs. Smith, because I'm like, they beat the shit out of each other in that Angelina Jolie movie. I don't think that works today. So I'm very curious how this Donald Glover version is gonna be. But no, I want Tiffany versus Megan. Woman versus woman. Yeah, woman versus woman. That's what I want.
I don't think Chucky cares.
Yeah.
No. We know Chucky don't give a fuck. I'm just saying, I don't think society sees it that way.
No, it's 2022 equality. Go ahead.
Exactly.
You know what? Batman did say that. Batman did say everybody. He did say everybody can catch these hands. I don't know who told you differently, but I beat everybody's ass. Here you go, Trevon. And guess what? They're gonna be so smart that they're gonna take that thing that blows them up out of them, and then they hitting a dance on you as you try to blow them up. That's true. Then what you gonna do, Trevon? What you gonna do is she gritties you right before she stabs you to death. What you gonna do?
Know that I would never make no shit like this without some kind of way to blow that motherfucker up.
Look, Joel's not wrong that I am a scaredy cat, but if you think I'm not intrigued by this, you got me all the way fucked up. I want to buy it. Amazon better drop this shit ASAP.
Hell no. I want to
buy it. Doll. All you're gonna have is a motionless doll looking at you at night.
That's what they thought.
I mean,
they thought we just got a regular AI.
Have you seen the
nice
Tesla
AI.
Bot? I mean,
they got a Tesla bot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, it's begun. iRobot tried to tell us it's gonna start with Megan. Megan is the first step. See, and y'all shitted on Will Smith, and we're gonna need him. And we're gonna need him.
They're doing it to Chucky as well. Both of them we burning around.
I don't mind it. Give it to me. I can't wait. New World Order. AI.
They didn't make those toys where they actually respond and move. Kill me.
Hey, if I can say, yo, Megan, hand me the remote, and she hands it to me. Oh, fucking breeze. Are you serious? Oh, I'd love that shit. In a heartbeat, give me that shit. But all right, let's move on. Mike, I assume because you're not a horror fan, you have not seen Halloween Ends.
I started it and I turned it off.
Okay. Part of me wishes I did the same. Trevon, I assume you did not watch it at all.
I haven't seen any of them, so there you go.
Any of the Halloween movies?
Nope.
Damn, even I've seen them. And I shit on 80s movies all the time. I've seen the Halloween movies. even the bad ones.
Well,
I've seen the LL Cool J one.
I think.
Damn, you didn't want to see LL Cool J fight Michael Myers?
What's his name?
LL Cool J. Yeah, Michael Myers.
Cool J.
I actually like that one.
Yeah, Michael Myers. You liked Resurrection?
No, not. Was it Resurrection? I thought H2O.
Yeah, it was Resurrection, I think.
I thought H2O. I like H2O.
Oh, no, it was H2O. No, you're right.
The Halloween killer. What's his name?
Michael Myers. Trevon.
Oh.
We addressed this, and you said, "Oh, is that his name?" And I said,
Freddy
"Yes."
Krueger,
Freddy Krueger, Jason, Michael Myers.
Right. I don't know.
Good.
Leatherface.
Those are different franchises, though. Just to be clear.
I know.
No. I want Trevon to think they're all together. They're like
Jason,
the Avengers of horror.
I've seen the one where Jason goes to space and stuff. I've seen that.
Culminates.
They get together to fight the Predator.
Didn't Jason go to space? I saw that.
Yes, he did.
Jason
it's called
X,
Jason
right?
X. Yeah, Jason X. Yeah.
And favorite,
you saw Jason X, but not Halloween.
Not a
I tell you what,
Halloween.
After Halloween 2, Trevon, they become funny too.
No.
Like, I mean, hysterical.
Apparently, he doesn't get hurt by anything. That's
Trevon, none of them do. That's the running thing. None of them
They're
do.
fucking machines, basically.
Bro, Leprechaun went to the hood, died, and came back and went to the hood again. Like, these motherfuckers don't die. They don't die. They only multiply. We see that with Chucky. You watch the Chucky show, right?
No.
You don't.
I don't like Chucky like that.
Well, I'll tell you what you might like about it. Is it Dan Mancini? Is that his name, Joel? Dan Mancini, who created it? Or am I thinking the voice actor? No, the voice actor is something else. Dan Mancini is who created it. Is who created Chucky. And he's openly gay. So he created these characters that are openly gay. Like
the main character is gay.
Like Glenn, it's supposed to be Glenn and Glinda, but essentially Glinda is supposed to be they and them instead of right.
Oh yeah, Chucky's.
And the two main characters are gay, and they do a really good job of leaning into it heavily. So it's a lot of aspects, I think, and again, it's not scary at all. It's very comical. You've never seen Bride of Chucky, or
I have seen those movies.
It's just like that then. It's just like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like that. It's meant to be funny.
Is he still
they even brought back
he does?
Oh, yes. Actually he does in season 1. Yep, he does. He does. But Joel, we can give our non-spoiler thoughts and then plan out a day for us to give our spoiler thoughts on Halloween Ends. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday.
What'd you think?
It was a choice. It was a lot of
Joel took mad long to conjure up that response.
Damn.
Shit. Oh, man. They did something with
that. I didn't even turn it off because I was scared. I turned it off because it was boring and I was not having a good time.
I actually didn't mind.
Wow, really?
The beginning of the movie. Like, the story wasn't bothering me until, I realized I'm like halfway through the movie and I saw like a minute of Michael Myers. Like, wait a minute.
Oh.
What am I watching?
Oh, wow.
It's weird.
Yeah, so to me,
end?
Too many comedians.
For goddamn sure it ended.
Okay,
yeah. That was an exclamation point.
What?
Not even a period. No, he said, does it actually end? And I said, for sure. Yeah.
Which again, that didn't bother me either. It was more.
That didn't bother me either. That was fine. Yeah, I just didn't like everything that led up to that.
Yeah,
that was my issue.
Disjointed. It was anticlimactic. It was,
and I'm going to say this. I know people live for it. I don't. I hate it. I don't like time jumps. I don't
mind time. If done right, time jumps.
No, to me, I miss when time jumps were 3 weeks later, 3 months later, not fucking 5 years later. Fucking 5 years later. At that point, what the fuck? Why are we still doing this?
You need to have a good explanation, or else it's stupid. Because they don't explain what the fuck he's been doing.
Well, no, they do. Apparently, he's been.
But it doesn't make sense.
That's different. Yes, it doesn't make sense.
Why? Why is he? You know what I mean? Like, I understand where and what he's been doing, but why? That's my issue. It's like he was like, I'm gonna retire soon.
He did give that look like, hey, you want this? I don't want this.
Yeah, he got soft a little bit towards the end. Like,
he sure did.
I'll let you go.
Became a little bitch. That's for damn sure.
That's the thing too. The kid, to me, I didn't think he was an evil kid. Like for him to turn the way he did at the end,
well,
I was like,
I accepted it because they were trying to go for more so like,
stupid.
And I know this is gonna sound so harsh, but bear with me, guys. Like if you haven't seen the movie, just see the movie and you'll understand where I'm coming from.
Or
they definitely went, or don't. But they definitely went school shooter vibes with his character, to where it was more so like I can't physically reclaim my dignity, like you know what I'm saying, like go and fight my bully. So I'm gonna just murder my bullies, right? And it just right. You created the monster that was never really a monster to begin with.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Society.
Right. So that's right. So that's what they were going for, which made sense for today's world. But I still didn't like it.
No,
like,
yeah, to me,
I still didn't like
he didn't lean in hard enough to be evil. So when he turned evil, for me it didn't pay off.
It was just like, oh,
I'm like, where did this come from? You were a good boy.
You were such a good boy. It was an accident. You were such a good boy. But all right, we're gonna get into this more this week, Joel. I want us to do an actual breakdown of this movie because there's a lot to dissect from this movie, and I know Didge wanted to talk about it, so we'll make sure we get Didge on so we can talk.
Sure.
Everybody watch Interview with a Vampire. Yeah.
I've been hesitant only because
Trevon.
It's on AMC and they're really fucking fidgety about like you need to have the AMC channel. I fucking want AMC true. Plus. You know,
you only get one. You only get Vampire Academy or Interview with a Vampire. You don't get both out of me.
I would watch Interview with a
Vampire. Watch Interview with a Vampire. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have to watch Vampire Academy?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Support your local comic book stores.
That's
all I got to play.
Yes. Yeah, support them. Please go on.
My Hero Academia.
Why is it coming in blurry the closer you get?
His background's blurry.
Black background.
Oh, got you. I'm like, that's so weird. As soon as he brought it away, I'm like, now I see what it is.
Okay. I did watch some anime this weekend. So.
Ooh, look at you making Mike proud. Look, Mike's trying not to smile out of excitement. He's proud of you, Joel.
You know, I'm proud, but also I love how we had a stream about Chainsaw Man, and then Juwaan he just dipped. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just tiptoe out now that Bleach is over."
You know, I didn't want to say anything. I really wanted to ask what happened. I was like, "What?" I was like,
I watched Chainsaw Man.
I did have an emergency. I had to go, but I didn't want to cancel and not be on the show at all. So I wanted to be on the show for a while. So it wasn't just like, hey, I like Bleach. All right, bye. So I wanted to be there for a while.
It
just so happened.
And I was like,
it just so happened that I left right before a show I did not see this.
I saw Bleach.
You didn't see Chainsaw Man?
No, I didn't see it. No,
not yet, still?
I did.
No, not yet.
Oh.
But tonight is going to be my anime night because it's a new episode of Bleach and I assume Chainsaw Man. So I'm
I
just
saw
watching
Bleach
everything tonight.
before the show, and then I watched it. I saw Chainsaw Man twice.
Wait, Chainsaw Man Friday or Monday?
I don't know.
Chainsaw Man's on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah,
so I watch Bleach today and then Chainsaw Man tomorrow. I watch both of them tomorrow.
So I'm up to date now. Okay.
All right, let's run through a few of these and then we'll end on House of Dragons and get out of here. Huge rumor. You forgot about it? You were I was about to say you were saying the most on the internet. Huge rumor making its way around the internet is that reportedly Sacha Baron Cohen might be playing Mephisto in Marvel's Ironheart. I don't know why that confuses so many people. Literally, they have a magic user. They have a magic user in the fucking show.
It hasn't come out that
nobody knows
it is going to be magic versus tech, but we've already heard that's the focus. Magic.
To me, it makes no sense if you don't give him magic. You just
we've heard
throw a hood on his head. Like it's the weirdest thing.
Agatha's supposed to be in it. To be in it.
Right.
Oh, yeah. All right. Really excited for this show now. Let's go. All right.
I swear to God, I hope you never get this show, Trevor.
Yeah.
I love how it had to sink. You see it sinking in.
It was like,
wait a minute.
Agatha. Hold on. So apparently it sounds like what they're trying to piece together is it's a deal that might be made amongst Agatha and Mephisto to make him the hood.
Possibly, because she's apparently like his
Lord, that's my most anticipated now.
Like that.
Oh,
yes. So if next year.
Again, it's a rumor because I can't prove that.
It is a rumor. It is a rumor, but I will say this: the Mephisto thing isn't far fetched like people are trying to make it sound. Like it's not going to be Mephisto versus Ironheart, right. And I think that's what people were thinking. And it's like, well, no, that's not going to be what it is.
No.
But I will say
This comment is right. Yeah.
Oh wait, here we go.
I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We witching, baby.
He spent the whole episode bitching. Now he got his witching. Now he happy.
Oh, wait till you Game of Thrones. I got something for that.
But again, the casting for me, it was a whatever casting, if indeed true. I have no issues with Sacha Baron Cohen, but I was kind of looking for a more dramatic actor to do Mephisto and a more legacy actor to be Mephisto.
Isn't he comedy?
Mephisto?
No.
Sacha Baron Cohen. No, he's not only comedy. No, he's
I'm
not
saying
only.
they usually plot the best drama comedians. So,
that's what you're asking me. Yes.
So yes.
There's a lot of pain under.
Yeah, it is. So let it work out. It might work out.
They say the pain of a clown. I'm not saying he can't do the job. It's just not who I wanted. But again, like I said, when it comes to Marvel and DC casting, I've not really seen a casting yet that I look at and I'm like, this is the worst fucking thing ever. So again, I just have to kind of bite the bullet and say, well, fuck. I didn't think I'd like half the people that I've seen when they first started. Now I love them. So fuck it. But Trevon, now that your eyes have been opened to a whole new world of witching, if this casting is true, you a fan of Sacha Baron Cohen?
Listen, I'm hearing devil stuff. I'm hearing about magic and shit. This show shaped up to be. This might be the best show ever.
You might want to go pray after this.
Time out. Can I say something really quick, Trevon?
What?
Can I say your level of love for witches and shit, but you won't watch horror movies is the most confusing shit I think I've ever come across.
I think it's because I wish I was a witch.
Yeah, but like the witching shit is like super demonic, but you won't watch a horror movie that's just like a slasher, right? Like it's not even like I'm doing
Scream.
it for the devil.
I like Scream.
Because Scream is more comedy based.
I know what you did last summer.
Like they're more comedy based, really. Not meant to be, but they are more comedy based.
I like Saw
slashers.
Extent. Saw too much.
All right, I just had to ask.
PG horror.
But no, go ahead. So you're hearing all the witching and shit. So what about Sacha Baron Cohen? Is that a name that you'd be interested in seeing?
I've heard the name before. Like I'm not like
Borat. Trevon, Borat.
Yeah, Borat.
Oh, that's Borat.
Yeah, Borat.
Yeah, I'm down for this. It's good. Yeah, I'm down for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like it's Borat. Yeah. And I do want to make this clear because I've seen a lot of stupid people say this. My issue with Sacha Baron Cohen is not that I think he will make Mephisto jokey. That's not my issue. Yeah. It's just in my mind, when I thought I was getting Mephisto 2 fucking years ago, I had built up an entire list of 10 people I wanted, and Sacha Baron Cohen was not one of them. That's my only issue.
And that's why
I don't think he's gonna get the role and make it jokey. That's not my issue.
I mean, he might. It's Marvel. Everybody's kind of jokey.
They are, but their villains aren't. Like when you see Wenwu, there was nothing funny about Wenwu.
That's true.
Nothing at all. There was nothing funny about Thanos. There weren't jokes being cracked.
You know?
Yeah, but that wasn't funny. Like you said that like it was an answer to what I said. Well, he tried to kill his kids. Well, that wasn't humor, Trevon. You are sick tonight. We might have to. We might have to get you baptized or something after this episode.
Holy water.
But I just wanted to make it clear. My issues with Sacha Baron Cohen is not that I think he'll ruin the character. It's not even Sacha Baron Cohen that's my issue. You could have named me anybody else. If they weren't on my list, I would have had an issue. So I just want to be clear. My issues are not Sacha Baron Cohen related. But Joel, because I think you could literally care less, unless they casted me as Mephisto, I think you would have been fine with anybody. But how excited are you to see Sacha Baron Cohen, if this is indeed true, stretch his legs in the superhero world?
I hope it's true, honestly, because now it's a big name. That's a big character. I think he can do serious when he wants to. Yeah, this would be huge for him.
Wait, you know what I just thought of when you said that, Joel? So I know this is gonna go against what I literally just said, but when you just said that, now all I can picture of Sacha Baron Cohen is Mephisto, is the fucking monster from Big Mouth that breeds doubt in everybody. Yo, tell me that's not Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto. That's him, bro. That is Mephisto for the MCU. That's what I picture in my head now. Joel just ruined everything for me. I hate you, Joel. That's not what I say. That's exactly what he's going to be now. But no, continue, Joe. I'm sorry. It just went to my head and I couldn't get it out. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sacha Baron Cohen is a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be just fine. If it's true. If you need to go watch stuff that he's done that he's more serious in, then do that. Maybe that'll help. If not, just go in with an open mind. That's all.
But to me, I don't even think there's a comparison because Chris Evans made his career doing jokey shit.
Oh yeah.
And then just veered into
when he
serious.
got casted. He was saying thing with Robert Downey Jr. When they got casted, I was like, wow, dude, I just don't see it.
Right.
Especially Chris Evans, because Chris Evans, all I knew him was for comedy.
Right.
So I was like, this is terrible. What?
So that's why I'm saying, to me, if you haven't seen anything that Sacha Baron Cohen has done that's serious, to me, if he is Mephisto, just let that be your first intro. Because again, we don't know that they'll go all the way serious. I just know they won't go all the way jokey. So to me, it might just be a healthy blend. So just wait and see what they do with it. You know,
Mephisto has been a lot of things in the comic book. So
yes, he has.
Expect a very ranged version of the character.
Yes. We know he'll give Trevon all the witching he can handle. We know that. You'll get all the witching you can handle. Won't be no bitching when he comes around. Straight up witching. Mike, you not being a fan of horror movies and that whole demonic world and everything. Your thoughts on Mephisto possibly joining the fray?
Keep him away from Spider-Man. That's all I gotta say. No more deals with the devil.
We're past that.
No, you got to make one. Like, Mephisto's going to show up like, hey, MJ, she's been living a life without you. You don't want her back? You can make a deal with me right now. Get her right back today. No. Come on now. Just say it. Say the words. Say the words. And the words are, if it ain't witching, we bitching. And that's how
he's going to say, I'd rather have Ned back. That's what he's gonna say.
That would be a twist.
That's what he's gonna say. I'd rather have that.
Trevon, your incessant need to make bromances out of friendships will forever be the highlight of our friendship. But why Ned? Why not the love of his life?
Best friend.
And you think he would skip over the love of his life?
They just met. They just started being loved or whatever. Like, have his best friend. No.
They were only, I mean, when you really think about it canonically, considering how close No Way Home and Far From Home are, he only dated MJ for like a week.
Right. You know what? Time out. Let's see if Trayvon's theory holds, okay? And it's not the same, but it is slightly. Let's see if this holds. Joel, you can only save one person. Me or your fiance. Who you saving?
Now, see.
See? There you go. See? Yes, but if the memory didn't get wiped, they would have went on.
I would have waved goodbye on the way down to get her. I miss you.
Joelle's like, it's not even a thought. Before her body touches water, she's rescued. I'm just diving down to the bottom, drowning. Yeah, so come on, man. Trevon, you serious?
Think about it so I can try to find a way to get both. But if I can't,
I can tell you this right now, Trevon.
Only by the time we get to the ground.
Only in movies, Trevon, does the term "bros before hoes" work. That does not work in the real world. It just does not. It does not. Because usually what happens is, without getting vulgar, what happens is guys usually think to themselves, man, I haven't had any in all this time. And thinking about how that felt. And then thinking about when you did have some. You always got to go. You always got to go to having some. You know what I'm saying?
You go where the treasure is.
You didn't hear me.
Go where the treasure is.
You really didn't.
I didn't. And I tried to ignore it. What did you say?
I said, when the bros also my hoe.
Well,
it's a fair question.
No.
I love it. Causing super chaos. I love it.
One of my bro is also my hoe. Oh God.
Trevon, that is how stalker movies on Lifetime work. Where you go, I've loved you since the day I met. We were friends. No, I love you.
No,
and then boom, serial killer is made. That's usually how those.
I guess that answer is explained in Bros.
Yes. Is that what happened in Bros, Trevon?
Were they friends and then became lovers?
He willed himself to being in love.
It can happen like with boy and girl too. It's just
Trevon does not believe in that. Trevon believes only male and male could be a thing. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Dating only comes from male and male, and friendship only comes from men and women. That's it. That's Trevon's perfect world. Trevon would do that if he had the power to change the world. We all kissing each other like, what the fuck is happening right now? He's just sitting there.
So, I think the casting of Mephisto is very because Sasha's a great actor. I'd be really excited to see what he brings to the role. And again, keep away from Spider-Man. That's all I gotta say.
I think the first time he shows up should be with Spider-Man. I think that should be should be hand in hand like that. No, wait, am I doing this? No, I didn't mean that.
You really want to do one more day?
Yes, desperately.
Spider-Man
I wanted to do it then. I want to do it.
So he probably will go.
Hey, he's susceptible.
Hey,
he's susceptible.
Hey,
he's susceptible right now.
We're getting street level Spider-Man going forward.
What if this scenario happens and he's like, "Can I have Liz Allen back?"
He might. He just might. He might.
That'd be the twist everybody never saw.
Yeah, he's like, that was the true love of my life. Let me go back.
Tombs, yes.
All right, let's move on. So we did get full confirmation that Harrison Ford is indeed replacing Everett. No, is it? No. What's his real name?
Thunderbolt Ross, played by the late William Hurt.
William Hurt, that's his name. Okay, William Hurt. I keep blending the two. I don't know. I make the mistake all the time. But anyway, so he will be now our new Thunderbolt Ross, and apparently it's not yet confirmed if he'll be in Thunderbolts, but it is confirmed he will make an appearance in New World Order.
Correct.
So Joel, now that this shit is confirmed and in stone, how happy are you to have Indiana Jones in the MCU?
I never thought I'd see it. So this is really cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, wow, we're here. And like him being a character that was played by another actor too. So it's very shocking. Talk about an upgrade. No offense to William Hurt. But like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like,
again, not to speak ill, but there are such things as upgrades. I mean, it happens in phones, real life, movies. Upgrades happen. It's okay. It's not a knock, Just
I was
moving on up to the east side,
To be played by Harrison Ford of all people. So I am excited.
That's a get.
That's crazy. I mean, we're here.
Yeah.
Harrison it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad. About 15 years when we look back, no one will remember who is Thunderbolt Ross.
Oh, William Hurt. Forget about William Hurt.
They're just gonna go, man. Harrison has always been great. It's like, have you not seen Incredible Hulk or Civil
Harrison
War?
Is also 95 now.
It's like, no, I haven't seen any of those movies. I started my career in MCU watching right at New World Order. I've only ever known Harrison.
Wow.
But to me, this is great. Yeah, this is great. I love this. Trevon, how are you liking Harrison Ford being in the MCU now?
I feel like we could recast Hulk. We could recast Ross. Why not?
We finally are moving away from the Incredible Hulk, I guess.
We are. That's why I think Betty might not ever come back.
They might recast. I saw somebody said, "Hey, get Jennifer Connelly to be Betty in the next movie."
That would be funny.
Yeah, why not? Only Abomination remains.
I would want nothing of that shitty movie attached to anything I watch going forward in my life. Nothing of that fucking movie. God, I hate that. That's why some people were like, bro, wouldn't it be fun if Eric Bana was in Secret Wars? And I said, what the fuck are you smoking? No. I'd much rather the Wolves.
Eric Bana's not a bad actor. It's just that movie.
No, I'd much rather the Wolves be used than anybody from that fucking movie.
If we can get Andrew Garfield back, why not? Why not give him a
one
shot?
Of those movies were bad, Mike, is the difference.
He was only
Eric Bana only
shot.
It only emphasizes how bad that was.
No, it's not his fault.
It wasn't his fault, but I damn sure don't look to reward you.
It'd be nice to get a nice redemption.
Fuck him.
Oh, no, that's a cool.
I'd rather Kevin Feige swallow his pride and bring Edward Norton back. and confuse the shit out
I'm
of
fine with Edward Norton.
Like, wait, aren't you who Mark Ruffalo is playing? Yeah, but fuck it. It's in this universe. This is what I look like. I look better.
That was a rumor that was out today about like they wanted to get him back for the She-Hulk finale.
The She-Hulk, yeah.
Right. That would have been very confusing for so many people, but so enjoyable. So fucking enjoyable. But I don't think Edward Norton will ever do it again. Because you know he's going to come in there and go, hey, I want to be paid more than Robert Downey Jr. Like, go fuck yourself. We've been over this, Edward. But Trevon, Harrison Ford in the MCU, how you feeling?
Yeah.
I like the enthusiasm. You don't usually.
No. Time out. Trevon, have you seen Indiana Jones?
Or Star Wars?
One or two.
Or
have you seen Star Wars?
Any movie in the last 20 years?
Have you seen Air Force One, the greatest movie ever made?
I'm just not
Air Force.
I'm not a stan of Harrison Ford. Like,
really? So you haven't seen Air Force One? Go see Air Force One.
Or Blade Runner, apparently.
Fugitive.
No, Air Force
One. I'm good.
Damn, you just don't love cinema. Air Force One is the greatest movie ever made by Harrison.
I'm happy for him. So he got a lot of money for it. Good for him.
Oh, he has money.
You don't have to worry about that. They gave him a blank check and said, just fill it in with your old ass.
I'm more curious if he has with Indiana Jones, but you know.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. There's a thing, Trevon, that they created a few decades ago called stunt actors, and that's what you'll be watching. Yeah, that's what you'll be watching.
Yeah.
Mike, you liking Indiana Jones in the MCU? Like legit Indiana Jones, fully dressed up in the MCU. You liking it?
Sure. You know, like it's one of those things where unlike Trevon, I love Harrison Ford. I love just about all of his movies.
Trevon did not say that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Unlike.
Oh, you said unlike.
But our reaction is still the same. Where it's like I don't care about Ross as a character, and like if he was playing someone else, I'd probably be more enthusiastic about it. But we've seen Ross multiple times now. Until he becomes Red Hulk, I don't care. And even then, that's why they said he's down for New World Order and not Thunderbolts. Are we gonna assume that we have one movie with Harrison Ford, and from there on out, he's just gonna be doing voice work as Hulk? Maybe.
It also could be tying up loose ends.
Yeah.
You know how much Harrison Ford loves to enter something and die right away.
This is true.
So, he might be in New World Order and go, take me. And then the movie Thunderbolts is named in memory of Thunderbolt Ross. And that's how they get the name.
Played by Harrison Ford that one time.
Right. It just might be that, bro. That would be the funniest thing in cinema history. Now I'll do it. One time. That's it. That's all I got. No, but I think we can all agree we can't wait to see the Red Hulk. And I think this gets us one step closer than we thought we were when we thought they weren't going to recast the character at all. You know? Yeah. So this is a good step forward. All right, Mike, I'm going to start with you on this the second to last topic. There's been murmurs about Brendan Fraser and the possibility of a Mummy reboot or bringing it back, essentially.
Yeah.
And there's also been recent word about bringing back, I can't remember the actress's name, but for a sequel to Twister. So I want to.
Recently.
You said that what?
I got greenlit.
Oh, so it got greenlit. Okay, because I know that was being talked about. Okay, so that is a thing.
Just now, actually, it was like an hour ago, maybe half hour ago.
Oh shit! Can I see into the future?
Universal Pictures and Amblin are meeting with directors, hoping for a spring start on Twisters, a big-scale sequel to the '96 storm-chasing blockbuster. Universal Wonders are co-financing. Frank Marshall is producing.
So I want to ask you this, Mike. Not about those two projects. If you want to talk about them, please, by all means, do. But the question is, are you feeling like we're still in a renaissance to bring things back, or are you getting to a point where it's starting to get a little stale?
We're up to a point where I think I'd rather at least get these sequels as opposed to remakes, right? Like, I don't need a Lion King remake. That didn't need to happen. The Lion King is a perfect movie. A Mufasa prequel is way more interesting than a just straight up remake of the Lion King type of situation. So if they want to revisit the Mummy franchise, for example, I'm cool with that. Rebooting it, what they did with Tom Cruise, that was not necessary, and it failed miserably.
It almost single-handedly killed people's love for mummies at all in any medium.
It single-handedly killed whatever universe they were trying to build.
Yeah, the Monsterverse universe. The Dark Universe died that day.
Yeah.
And it's like...
I was so excited for that.
Yeah. We had the cast photo and everything. Like, this is going to be something. And it's like, nope.
And it had so much potential with just that cast. That was a beautiful cast with heavy hitters. And then Tom Cruise was just like, hey, I want to do a mummy movie, but it's just me. Barely any mummy. Just me. Focus on just me.
And I'm still going to be running like this is Mission
Impossible.
Yeah,
I'm going to be running. Right. And it's just like, you.
And I'm going to be something at the end of that movie that I can't really.
Maybe a mummy, maybe not. You know, it's gray area.
Yeah. So I'd rather them revisit Fraser's mummy. That's cool. Especially if the cast is excited and they feel like it's worth revisiting. Like if it's just a cash grab, and it's kind of hard to say because technically by definition all movies are cash grabs.
100%. Right.
But like if there's honestly somebody working on the project because they want to bring that story to life, I don't care if it's a sequel or a revisitation of a franchise that's been around for decades.
Right.
I'm cool with it, especially like we live in the MCU era. We're going to keep getting sequels to everything anyway, honestly. So as long as it's good, like any movie, as long as it's good and the creatives behind it feel like it was worth doing. Because again, I feel like Disney just looks and say, we haven't remade Lilo and Stitch, so we're going to do that next. And
they're working on it.
They are. Legit. It's like, why?
Yeah, that's a question to ask. I mean, I like you said, I'd be way more interested in about the planet of where Stitch comes from, right? And the more the origins of those creatures than you revisiting Lilo and Stitch. But I always feel as though every generation deserves a version of something that was great because maybe watching it is just hard to do, right? So it's like if you're telling somebody that's 16, 17, 18, early 20s, right? So for the first time, watch the original Mummy movies. Might be a hard sell. So I'm like, if you can essentially bring back the essence of that, but make it a lot more modern and newer for a newer audience, I think that's something I would be game for. Like Ghostbusters. If somebody never watched the original Ghostbusters and their first entrance to that world was Afterlife, that's a great introduction for somebody into the world of Ghostbusters that blended the old with the new, that might even get them to want to watch the old. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, I'm fine with it. Like you said, I think for me, it just has to be good. And sometimes they are, and sometimes things are better left.
Ghostbusters 2016.
Yes, you get that, which was just like, what were you trying to do? I don't even think you know. But Trevon, I see you looking at something with a lot of curiosity. Were you looking up what Twister and Mummy were?
No, sorry.
Okay, no. You scared me. Man, I would have had to not be your friend anymore.
I would definitely question that.
I'm like, because you didn't have to see them, but at least to know what they are.
What are the two things you just said?
Mummy and
I've
Twister.
Heard of Mummy.
And Twister.
You've never seen either one?
I've seen Mummy and not Twister.
Yeah, but you know what Twister is, though, right?
I'm assuming it's something to do with a Twister.
Okay. Yeah.
What's their assumption?
You nailed it. Yeah.
Tornado?
Yeah, you nailed it. Wait, you never been to Universal Studios? The Twister interaction?
No.
I've been in that ride.
Damn, that shit is fun.
Whatever
Bro.
the fuck you want to call it.
4D. I don't know what the fuck you call it. It's an experience. That's what.
Yeah, there you go.
But no. So for me, Twister is close to my heart because my stepdad growing up was weirdly fascinated with tornadoes. He used to, you know how some people would have snow globes? He would have a snow globe, but when you shake it, it would funnel into a tornado. And we used to collect a bunch of those. So I can go outside and look at the sky and tell exactly when it's the proper element for a fucking. That's how much I know about tornadoes. So when he was just like, well, there's a movie called Twister we should watch. And I was just like, well, put the fucking thing in. So for me, Twister is very near and dear to my heart. I never needed to see it revisited. But the fact that you think there's a reason to, is what interests me because I had so much fun. To me, Twister was like, you thought fucking cows would always be in tornadoes, right? The moo always. Like, there was so much I thought was hilarious about that shit. But again, I just have a fascination with tornadoes. So I'm excited to see that world revisited. And for Mummy, I think Brendan Fraser is on a renaissance right now. The same way when Keanu Reeves did John Wick, it was just like, do we fucking love Keanu again? What the fuck is this? Right? Like, weirdly, everybody that thought he was the worst actor ever in Matrix loves him for John Wick. And all the love got poured to Keanu, no hate. So I'm like, if we could do that for Brandon, I'm all game for it, right? Mummy, Doom Patrol.
Yeah, it's a shame he didn't have that Batgirl movie come out because I would just added to the Renaissance, right, that we had going on. But the powers that be.
The powers that be. They do what they do. But no, so I'm excited for this, and I hope they find a way to bring back Scorpion King.
Oh my gosh!
When I think of Brendan Fraser, the first movie I think of
is the show Frasier. Oh no, okay, go ahead.
No, Blast from the Past.
I never heard of that.
I neither. I can't even think what that is.
I can't judge you because I don't even know what the fuck it is. So.
It's a
Black Latino Man. That's the first thing I saw.
It's a movie about like his parents are like really paranoid about like the nuclear
end of the world.
They have
I think I have seen this movie.
You want to know why
Silverstone is in this movie?
I really love that movie.
No, but you want to know why that's not weird, Trevon? Because I know a bunch of people that when they think Keanu Reeves, they think of that fucking Mailbox movie with Sandra Bullock. Like, Matrix doesn't come up. John Wick doesn't come up. That fucking movie comes up. So I'm like,
why did Blast from the Past steal the Seinfeld logo?
Did they? Put it up here. Let's see it. Put it up here. So I don't think that's weird at all, Trevon, because to me, I'm like, when you mention Keanu Reeves, how is Matrix just not the first thing you think of? To them, it wasn't. It was whatever that fucking Sandra Bullock movie was in the fucking Mailbox. So to me, I'm like, what? So to me, that's not weird at all. I just don't know the movie, so I can't lend anything to it. Let's see. Oh, wow, they really did.
I remember that title.
And I do know this movie. I had to see this for it. Okay, yeah.
I've seen it too. I forgot all about it, but yeah.
I've seen this before. And the main reason why I remember it is once Mike said Silverstone, there was very few things she did that I didn't know when I was younger. That was my crush. Was Elise. Yeah. I ignored the Batman movie, but outside of that, everything else she did was.
I remember Bedazzled too, and I remember George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle, I'll give you. I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you George.
Iconic.
It was because I definitely thought like, is this like the sequel to Tarzan? And it's like, no, it's not. I thought it was when I was young. I thought it was. Because to me, when I was young, I just got Tarzan.
Well, it's like Tarzan.
No, that's what I think would confuse me. I'm like, oh, they just did a live action Tarzan, but why are they calling him George? Like, who's George of the Jungle? Who's Tarzan?
George
of the Jungle. Watch out for that tree. But no, that's not weird at all, Trevon.
I might watch Bedazzled and Blast from the Past now.
I loved Bedazzled, by the way. Oh my
god! This is why you don't do meth, kids.
Or this is why you do it. Look at the physiques. I can't find one meth head that looks that good. I can't. Now you might say, Mike, this is why you don't sell meth, kids. But doing it, if I could do it and look like that, I'd fucking do it right now.
Why didn't they get Walter White to be fucking General Ross?
Mainly because, Joel, I'm sure that when they made the phone calls, he said, y'all gonna do Sinister at some point, right? Yeah, save me for that. That's
John Hamm would be good for him too.
I wouldn't argue that, but remember, he said he wants to do Sinister. He said that's the character he wanted.
I understand.
You also got to remember he might be sitting at his phone, finally waiting to get that call to be Lex Luthor.
I mean, at this point, if The Rock really cared about fans, it's sitting right there in front of you. I mean, he'd just be being a larger Walter White. So it's like you don't even have to sell him on it. Like, hey, you did Walter White, great. Just bring that here. Just no meth. Instead of meth, it's kryptonite you're addicted to getting and selling. But Trevon, so are you interested at all to see the Mummy brought back? Please at some point watch Twister. It's a fun watch.
I'll check out Twister, and yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, and again, so you're with me also on bringing back the Scorpion King, right?
That's the Rock, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
see, we're in the same boat. See? That's why me and Trevon are best friends. We agree on a lot. Just all the things we don't agree on. But anyway, Joe. So just like I asked Mike a different question, I want to ask you a different question before we end on House of Dragons. Why is it important to bring back Scorpion King after all these years?
It's not important at all.
You sure?
Yeah, he's moved on. We moved on. I wouldn't mind seeing the Mummy again.
But you don't want to see Scorpion King now that he's become a better actor?
I would like to see it based on better CGI because that first time we saw.
Yo, when his face changed, that shit was so jarring. Like, ew, what is that?
That whole scene.
Oh.
That's why you don't remake movies. That's a cautionary tale, folks. This is what CGI looked like back in the day.
But bad. No, Joel, are you excited on the possibility of revisiting the Mummy world with Brendan? And are you excited that we're getting twisters? So maybe instead of one twister, you got to deal with
there's doubles. Yeah.
Like aliens, I get it.
Right. Where you go, whoa, we had to fight one last time. Now there's more. It's like, what the fuck?
We added an S to the title. You're in for something big, guys.
More. But no, where's your excitement level for these two, Joel?
Well, I mean, if he does it, if he ever gets a chance to do another one, and he feels like it's a good script, and he can dedicate himself to it, and he's down to do it, then I'm down.
You talking Brendan or The Rock?
Brendan. Not The Rock? The fuck?
I wasn't sure if you were talking Scorpion King or not. I got confused. I'm sorry.
Look, I'm never speaking about the Scorpion King ever unless I actually say it. I'm talking about
I'm going to tweet. Me and Trevon are going to tweet to The Rock tonight to try to get a Scorpion King reboot.
I think he's fine. It's like, whatever now.
If you gave us Black Adam, give us Scorpion King. We need it.
We don't need it. And that's the issue.
Watch the next movie be Black Adam versus Scorpion King.
I'm telling you right now.
What they want.
I'm telling you right now, global warming wasn't a thing when Scorpion King came out. So maybe the world would be a better place with it.
The world would heal.
Yeah, I didn't even hate the Scorpion King movie. But
So see, watch your mouth. Watch how you talk about great.
We're talking about the Mummy. Is why we keep talking about.
But it was a spinoff, Joel. It was a spinoff
of the sequel. Like we're talking about the Mummy. Like.
No. So I wanted to ask you, the actress who played alongside him in The Mummy, why does no one ever talk about the fact that she's not aged a day?
That's perfect for her to come back. I mean, they can all come back. The kid can grow up. You know, a whole bunch of characters can come back for this movie.
I think Joel should answer this question. Joel?
The real question, I don't even know who that is.
You were such a hater. Anyway, let's move on. You disgust me. You fucking disgust me. No, go ahead.
I'm more interested in talking about Twisters at this point.
Let's talk Twisties. Go ahead. Your excitement for Twisties.
Well, I loved the original Twister movie. Actually, it's the first movie I ever snuck into. Not because it was ours, because we finished the movie and we had time. So fuck it. So I walked in. I was very afraid. I never did that before. I was like, where do I sit?
Wherever you want.
Because they're watching the movie. They're very good. Yeah. Sat in the back. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to get caught. But yeah, so I liked it in the theater when I saw it, and then I liked it every time it came on TV, I would watch it. Honestly, I really did. I dug it a lot. But you know, it'll be weird to do a sequel and not have like the main character,
right.
Bill Paxton's dead, and well, so this guy's dead too.
What's her name? No, the woman is the one I heard is who they were going after.
They would have no choice. The wife, I guess, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't remember. But I wonder if you're bringing these characters back. Will they fist fight these tornadoes? Like, how are you gonna?
Of course. I don't know what else do you do with a tornado?
Throw a shark in it, apparently.
You fucking ride it like a horse.
You throw a shark in
Hoffman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't do Philip Seymour Hoffman either.
Which sucks. That's two characters you can't. I mean,
that you could argue made
now you gotta explain them away too. Oh well, shit.
Oh, no, not really. I think a lot of us could piece together why we don't see him again.
Yeah, well, you gotta explain it.
But yeah, Helen Hunt. That's who it is. Helen Hunt, and I do love Helen Hunt. Shout out to Helen Hunt. Yeah, I'm just excited to see them revisit. I don't think it's getting old bringing things back because the things they've been bringing back lately have worked. Right, bringing back Jamie Lee Curtis, that worked. Bringing back the original cast of Ghostbusters, that worked. Right, bringing back the original Peter Parkers and Green Goblin and villains, that worked. It's working right now.
Nostalgia works.
It's working right now, so keep at it.
People bitch, but let them fuck it as long as it works.
Hey, and they're all making money. I don't think any of them were a failure in the box office.
Yeah, man, Power Rangers been doing it longer than anyone. I swear, every year they've been having reunions. So
and sometimes they shoe in fucking Tommy just being in that shit.
They know it's nostalgia works.
Last season, Tommy just came from the grave and was just like, "It's Morphin. How the fuck did you do that? Don't worry about it. I'm Tommy, bitch." Now, I will say, if we're talking crossovers, I do want to see Tommy from Power versus Tommy from Power Rangers, right? Because they both have the power. I want to see what that
both have the power.
All right, let's end this show. Right, Trevon. I want you to start with it, man. I already know what you're gonna say. You would have set everybody. See you, Mike. You would have set everybody to fucking flames. I already know. But walk us through your thoughts on this last episode, not final, but yesterday's episode.
Penultimate.
Yes, the penultimate episode of House of Dragons. Walk us through.
Allison. Garbage human being. I just like now that man was literally his last breath. Hey, you talking about something? Oh, what did you say? My son? What did you say, Aegon? All I heard was the A. Did you say Aegon? You didn't repeat it. I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah. I just don't understand why she was like so surprised he was dead in her room. I was like, what is this? Like, you were just in there. You saw him die.
No.
Shit.
She left, and then he gave his last word.
Because she got all she wanted. She heard.
Yeah, she was just like, "Oh, bitch, yeah. All right, I'm out."
She's like, "Say less," and he did.
She was like, "Die, stay alive. I don't give a shit. You told me what I needed. I'm out." Because remember, the show ended with him breathing, and it's just him breathing, so you don't hear it anymore. Right? He went full Darth Vader. Right?
She just really annoyed the shit out of me. I was like, you were doing all this shit, and now you worry about them wanting to kill them. Like, stand on it. Stand on your assholeness. Like, stop playing. Like, don't that shot. Oh my God, you're gonna kill them? Yeah, bitch. Yeah, that's what you wanted. So let it go. Like, what the fuck you talking about now? Why the fuck you want? Yes, it is. Yes,
the way you say, yeah, bitch.
So she's so. Oh my God, I don't want you to do that to them. Come on, like, what you mean? That's what you've been wanting. This what you wanted. So now be happy for it.
People are so evil, bro.
Like, this shit was dumb. I was like,
so wait, why can't she have a change of heart? Why can't she not want people to die?
She do not like them, so stand on it. Like,
yeah, but again, her husband just died. She might just be sick of seeing.
She didn't give a damn about him.
That's true, but she might want blood to stop being shed. And again, you should celebrate that. You didn't like her for being petty all season. Now she's not, and you don't even like it.
So she didn't die, so I'm not happy. So
what else did you like about the episode, Trevon? Jesus.
You know what got me the most annoyed? I was like, you really gonna try to make your trash ass son? Know your son is garbage. You know he is, and you still try to make him do this. Like, this kingdom is going to shit if he is king. It is not gonna last. Like, y'all are getting fucked up from somebody. Like,
well, I will say this, albeit I don't think he'll last as king. Joffrey didn't fuck up the kingdom when he was king. He was just an asshole. But it wasn't like the kingdom went to shit.
The ultimate asshole.
So it kind of seems like these assholes are
he didn't care about
to be
kingdom.
This motherfucker got kids everywhere too. Like, we found out he got children laying everywhere on the ground, and everything. Eat dirt. Whoever knows where the hell that kid was throwing down there. The kid was down there on the ground. Where the mom at?
Why you say eat dirt?
I'm just saying. I saw that kid on the ground, and I was like, damn. Just don't even fuck about his kids and all these children. I just don't. Oh my god, I hate Allison. I hate Allison. Everybody love her. I don't know. I don't
love her. I don't hate her.
I don't love her. I just
think she's evil.
To me, you got to remember, Trevon. I started a lot of my film watching with Darth Vader, and the whole concept of Darth Vader was he died a hero. He had spent 3 movies as a villain and died a hero, right? So I'm like, that was the whole process of redemption. So I'm like, Allison seems to be looking for redemption. She doesn't want war. She doesn't want to fight. She's like, look.
Redemption would have been letting his daughter be queen. Like she was supposed
But again, to be fair, the king's last words were, I want Aegon to be king. And to her, she don't know that her friend's son's name
she knew he wasn't
Aegon
his right
also.
damn mind.
It don't matter. Hey, Trevon, if I told you
nobody else heard that shit but her.
It don't matter. Hey, it don't matter.
No,
I heard it.
Fuck that.
I heard it. And we heard it. So we know it was said. We know she ain't lying.
Yeah, I know what Aegon he meant. I know what Aegon he meant, not that one.
We all know.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
But she don't know.
She don't know that. She left before she could hear it. He definitely said it when she left. But she was gone by then. She was well on her way to getting her son. So again, I can't be mad at her.
I don't disagree. I just
it's a Kristen.
Oh, he's a douchebag. Yeah.
Oh my god, I wanted his head cut off in that room. I wanted his head cut off in that room.
He's right. I did say the kids scrapping was the best part of that episode. So they did make a kids fight club. I did enjoy that kids fight club. I'm like, hey, if we can have kids bop, why can't we have kids pop? Like they pop the shit out of each other. Like why not? And we got it. Game of Thrones. They give you what you want. They listen to fans. That's all I'm saying.
I hate Sir Kristen. Like more than Allison, I think.
Well, Sir Kristen's a douchebag for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
Why was
I think they make him more so the villain, so that Allison has that gray area. They make Sir Kristen the asshole, so Allison can kind of.
He's full asshole.
Right.
He's partial asshole.
Right.
Like Damon.
Yes, exactly, just like him. Right. I think but Damon's good asshole.
He's a good asshole.
Yeah, he's good asshole. I
think it's annoying because she
didn't seem that way at first.
She was so innocent and she had no idea they were doing this. I was like, "You're not stupid, right?" So
I don't think she did. But also remember, she wasn't privy to these meetings when they had them.
But she knew that one guy that basically is her assassin. Like she know, like the one that likes her feet.
Oh,
like,
that guy, yeah. But the council was planning.
By the way, as a viewer, I was very angry. He only had a foot fetish. Like, ain't nobody get naked at all in Game of Thrones this year. And you wanted to just show me feet? No, hell nah. All the men, Trevon apparently directed this season.
No,
it's mad bare male ass.
There was some women.
And not enough. Not the main characters. Yeah, not the main characters. I was highly.
I don't know what the name you're talking about right now.
I'm like, what the hell kind of Quentin Tarantino, Rex Ryan shit is this? We just looking at feet? Oh hell no! She giving the cookies. Take the jar. Don't take a cookie. Take the jar. God damn it. So I didn't like that. And I was curious when she put her feet up. I'm like, what is she doing? And like he's just staring, and I'm like, what is happening here? And when she took her socks off, I was just like, you a nasty little motherfucker. Okay, all right, I get you.
And then I'll skip ahead to the part that just enraged me to the core. So when she came out of the ground with they did a whole show shit of him walking through or whatever. That is very weird.
It wants what he ain't got. I love it.
Yeah,
I get it.
He walked through or whatever and did all that shit, got up there, got the crown on his head, and then when she came out of the ground with the dragon, I was just like, okay, you have the dragon. What are you gonna do with it? Like, you gotta say one word, girl. One word. Come on. Just say it. Just say it.
What's the word, Trevon? Say it. Say it. What's the word? Say it
no,
for
but she didn't say it. So
say it for Trevon. What's the word?
The end. That's what would happen if she did that.
Shit, dumb as hell, man.
We wouldn't need a season 2.
We wouldn't have a show if you ruled, bro. It would be death to all. Word the drum.
And all those people standing there, Trevon, did not deserve death.
No, exactly.
You can't kill him.
But she could have definitely shot up that fight in the royal family.
You all the people in the crowd?
No, that was on the platform. No, that was on the platform. All the people on the platform.
They up there with it. They're all complicit. What you mean?
Pretty sure a couple people died there.
They're all complicit. Everybody up there loved them, so you go with them. That's how I look at it.
I mean,
so
I would have ended the whole damn show on one word. Yeah, you and Trevon are why we won't allow you guys to write shit.
That was trash. You got the dragon right in front of them. You ain't saying. You ain't even like. I don't know. Toast them a little bit. Like just.
I don't think there's a such thing. I think you either burn someone to death or you
Allison or grab Allison and just dropped off somewhere. Like just. I don't know. Just did something to somebody.
She didn't hate.
Kill one of them bitches. One of them.
Remember, she has no issue. What would her problem be?
Then what's the point? Then you should just stay there and live with him. Then
no, the dragon was for her to say, "Bitch, I want out." And what you gonna do? Kill the dragon? I didn't think so. I'm out.
They weren't gonna let her leave, so she got her way out.
Right, and that was her way out.
So now she can get there quick enough to tell.
What's she telling her for? If she got nothing in it.
Well, she can tell her for
Renee, bro. That's her niece, Trevon. They're related. She's gonna go tell her father's dead. Well, yeah, because they're all fighting for royalty. So yes, that does get crowded. But at the end of the day, you're still family. She deserves to know that her father's dead. I think right now she doesn't know.
She don't.
Right. So she deserves to know. And again, if the kingdom had their way, Rhaenyra would never know. Rhaenyra would be wherever the hell she is for decades before she finds out. Yeah. She'd stop in one day and go, "Where's my dad?" "Oh, he died like 15 years ago, babe." Like so long ago.
She should come there and burn their asses up. Maybe that'll happen.
She just might. She just might. Hey, knowing how petty Daemon is, they just might.
Well, they just might. There's some shit between fucks next episode for sure.
I saw a lot of dragons. I'm just like, look, you had the opportunity to burn them right now. So now when
you would rather end it with one dragon instead of ending with three.
Time out, Trevon. What I think you keep losing though,
you're gonna hurt the people I like.
Not even that, but what I think you keep losing is that's the wrong character to do what you want to do with. She does not have the problems with Alicent that Rhaenyra does. So if she killed her, she'd be killing her for what? She has no claim to the throne.
As far as we
she has nothing.
She killed her husband. As far as we know.
No, I don't think they did. No, I don't think they did.
Mm-hmm. That was her no. She's like, I want an answer by the end or whatever the fuck.
Well, we'll find out next week if that did happen. We'll find out. Somebody gonna run their mouth.
Not when you have an answer. Why not?
It wouldn't be calling me the queen that never was after that day. I'd be the queen of the kingdom on fire. Fuck around and find out.
Exactly.
You and Trevon can't write shows. It would just be witchery and death. No plot. She did. What'd she do? I don't even know.
I mean, she gotta learn how to talk to me. Like, act right, you won't get burnt the fuck up. That's it. Like,
she wasn't bad.
Don't try to sabotage me, bitch. And think you're not gonna burn your ass up.
Oh, Trevon, I really
dragon. I'm gonna get on that fucking dragon, and burn your ass up.
I really want to see if we can put in a good word with HBO for you to narrate the next season of House of Dragons. I would love Trevon to do the previously on. This bitch got me fucked up. Like, what am I watching right now?
This stupid bitch. Yeah, right now.
Yo, Trevon should do voiceover work. Previously on, this bitch got me fucked up. But anything else, Trevon, for our pass to Joel?
No, I guess not. No, I can't wait to see next week. I just want Allison to burn.
Yeah, Daemon has been waiting to kill a motherfucker. Daemon does have I need to kill somebody per day. And he's like, I ain't killed a motherfucker in a few days. We've been at sea, traveling home. Ain't nobody died by my sword since that black dude.
Rhaenyra had to know her dad get ready to die. Also,
I'm sure at some point, but there's a difference between knowing someone's gonna die and then they die.
I mean, she looked at him. He looked like he was tapping at the door. Like,
Trevon, he looked like he's been tapping on the door throughout the 10 years.
I mean, but this time he looked like a damn skeleton. Like,
oh, that's what I meant to tell you. Joel, remember when you and April were talking about how old we thought Rhaenyra was? They said in this episode that it's been 20 years
since
the events that we know happened when they were younger.
Okay.
So I'm like, so that lets us know they're in their 30s. They're in their 30s. Because remember, she was saying she had to have been close to like 16, 17, around there. So now it kind of definitively lets us know that was the case.
Like
that was the right age. Right.
Like,
right.
Got it.
Yeah. What were your thoughts, Joel, on this episode? Trevon, I think, set the stage perfectly for you.
Captivating is one of them. very much like starts out. I was also kind of shocked. Everyone was so surprised. Like, really? You look like you're about to pass the guy soon as
They're
fuck.
like, wait, no, he was so young. That's weird.
The guy's a little too shocked. It was just a matter of hours at this point.
I was waiting for the one person to be Trevon in the background and go, finally. Oh, all right, let's move on.
It was that kind of feeling. You're like, oh, well, finally, it's done. It's finally dead. Now what?
Move on.
But after the conversation, the way it ended last, you knew that you knew where it was going to go. And then she goes and tells her dad, and he's like, "Tell me, what?" He said, "What?" Yeah. That's when shit started going down, and then the council, and like no one knows except us now, and then they told everyone, they're like, oh, then we can move on to basically skipping over the whole Rhaenyra completely.
Right.
They already had plans to not even have that to be a thing, and they did it behind her back. Though that is what she wanted, they did not include her in those conversations because she is not as evil as y'all make her seem. But the drama in this show is crazy. Them looking for this fucker, and then like wherever the fuck he was, he got the dick. Obviously, that guy's not a good person. He's a man whore. And
to be honest, he tried to tell us he wasn't suited for the job. He said, "I can't do anything."
Yeah. Well, he didn't think he was worthy of it. And he was right. He's not worthy of it.
Right.
His father obviously knew that. That's why he did not make him.
Right.
But
he might. He just might.
Right. And I think I don't know how it took her this long. But I think it was the first time Allison realized like it's all a game,
right,
for the throne, and your father, pieces.
Right. They're all just pieces being.
And your father's been playing you since you were a little girl.
Yep.
For that throne.
And, I mean, he hoed you out. He was just like, "Hey, sleep with the king. Try it." Wait, what?
You might be just the right age. What are you, 16? Perfect. What is he, 45?
Perfect age. Go lay in his bed.
Not as bad as the fucking Valerians. They're like, I'm
oh God.
I don't have to be. Oh my God. That was
the way the Valerians treated their daughters were just like, hey, can she walk? Yeah, can she talk? Yeah, all right, go marry. It's like, wait, what? Yeah, go marry. Go marry.
Become betrothed now.
She doesn't say goo goo gaga no more, right? All right, good. She's good. Go ahead.
Fucking weird.
Valerians are the worst, bro.
Yeah, and then this whole episode, we did not see that side, the Dragonstone side, with the Targaryen, like with Rhaenyra and Daemon and then the children. So that's why I'm like, I thought when I was watching that was the finale, and I'm like, it ended like that? There's no way it ended that. There's no way it ends without seeing that side of the argument. And then I'm like, oh, wait, it's only 9. Oh, fuck. Because it's like I felt like I missed a whole hour or something. Like, what happened? But yeah, the fuck, like when the dragon came out at the end, after they crowned fucking douchebag as king, I was hyped as fuck. I was like, let's go. The dragon push.
He needs a hit of it.
He's a douchebag, that guy. You know what's funny? I thought he was gonna be a good guy. Like when we first saw him.
No, of course not, man. No. I'm saying, of course, they never stay good. That's the whole point of this.
That's what I thought. I thought he was gonna be one of those characters you're gonna end up liking and cheering for, and then he fucking dies or some shit.
Nah, he hit you with the gotcha, bitch.
Oh, yeah. Kind of. Turned out to be a douchebag. Daemon ended up being a guy you ended up liking.
Oh man, I love Daemon from day one. I was just like, I like this guy. I mean, the whole family thing is gross, but outside of that, pretty cool guy.
Yeah, not bad after. I mean, kind of a dick, but still.
For me, I kind of just look at it like this. What I hope Rhaenyra does, and Trevon might appreciate this, Joel. What I hope Rhaenyra comes to the conclusion of early on is what it took Daenerys 9-10 seasons to realize. Bitch, I got a dragon. I'm better than y'all. Really, that's really what it came down to. She really was just like, I have a dragon. You don't. I'm better than you. And I'm going to just kill everybody.
But they do have
my power.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
No, they do. They do. But I think more dragons are on one side of the family than the other side. So it's like, it might balance out. We got more dragons, right? But again, in Game of Thrones, Daenerys kind of at one point was just like, you know what? I had it. I tried to be nice. try the rule of being fair, try to be a nice queen to everybody. Right. But I'm saying, as far as the mentality of, I tried to do it the right way. You guys, it wasn't accepted me doing it the right way. Now I'll just kill everybody, right? I want Rhaenyra to come to that conclusion way earlier. I want her to go, you know what? This bitch might even kill my dad. You know what? I might have to get some get back. Might have to get some get back. Even if you didn't have nothing to do with it. I might just say you did as motivation. I need some get back. And we know Daemon is always ready. His Black Air Force is always stay on. He never unties them. He sleeps with them. So he's ready. He's ready to jump.
They essentially stole the crown. So, I mean, technically.
They did.
But again, I think for Rhaenyra, she just wanted to ensure that what her father set up when she was young would hold. Right? I don't even think she necessarily cares. It's just the idea that he promised it.
Mm-hmm.
And to her, nothing will stop her from getting what was given to her. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Which she earned. Right. So for her, I think it might just come down to, hey, whether it's me or my kids, my bloodline finna sit on that throne. Hella high water.
My Aegon.
He getting on that Iron Throne. Right. He about to be the only Aegon on the throne. Right? So I just want her to come in full force. You know, don't take anything for granted.
I just want her to say that. I want her to be like, he said he wanted Aegon to be king. She was like, you know he meant my Aegon, right?
I just want for when someone says, I just want for someone to go, yeah, hey, what's Aegon doing? She's like, oh, drinking from the bottle. Wait, what? Aegon too old for that. Oh, you're Aegon. Sorry, honey. Yeah, my Aegon is right in the nursery, right over there.
I always thought that was petty to begin with. Like, why would you name Aegon if that's like your brother?
You know why she did it? Just in case the king ever said, no, Aegon is king. She's like, well, who? Which one? It's two.
You weren't specific.
You weren't specific enough.
When Allison finds out that her son is also Aegon, I'm like, what the?
Like, see, I was nice. I told them not to kill you. Now you got to die. Only one Aegon can live. But no, I thought it was amazing. I thought this show really brought people together, man. It really was cultivating. Even though it had one episode a few weeks ago that had literally no dialogue. That's how good the show is. Doesn't even need it. It's just the sassiness. It's the pettiness, the sassiness that just really makes this show float above water. And I'm sad that it's leaving, but I'm happy knowing that we only have to wait almost 1 calendar year before it's back home to us. I'm fine with that. I don't like the idea of having to wait 2 years, 3 years, just a calendar year. It'll be right back. So I'm happy. All right, really quickly before we get out of here, Damon ready before they finish the sentence, we go on the war. He tying up them Black Air Forces. He got his dragon behind him playing Knuck If You Buck. He didn't. No, he playing So I'm Outside of the Throne, and they think I'm a punk. You know he playing I Ain't Never Scared. You know that's Damon's ringtone. You know it. But really quickly, we did get the finale of Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
We did. And Joel, the rumor I told you 4 weeks ago was true. Remember I told you a lot of people were theorizing that guy?
They date switched twice.
They did. Now, here's what's going to piss me off. If that tall-ass old man ain't Gandalf, I will be very upset.
Yeah, because they were not.
I will be very angry. Because here's why he needs to be Gandalf. When those three henchmen of what's the Dark Lord's name? I keep forgetting. Sauron.
I'm thinking of the wizard. Saruman.
Remember what they said? They said, "Oh, you're not Sauron. You're the other one. And then before they could say it, they got blasted away.
They I something. They said it was an I word. They said for him.
I didn't even notice. I thought before they could say it, they got blasted.
I got the words on when
he admitted he's a wizard, basically.
If he ain't Gandalf, I don't care. I don't care. I need Gandalf already. I need to start recognizing the people I see on screen, and I don't recognize nobody. So give me Gandalf, give me Sauron,
There's at least
give me everybody
people from the original movies. And
I don't
then we
remember
have now. Well, yeah, the main character is one Galadriel.
I don't remember. I gotta rewatch. No, I'll never rewatch him. I just lied to you. I'll take your word, Joel. So how did you like the finale? Was that a fitting in? Because I felt. Say it again.
Istar. Istar. That's what they called him.
Well, that better be Farsi.
Before they got
fucking
blown
Gandalf.
up.
That better be Farsi's for Gandalf or Russian or some shit. Or demonic for Gandalf.
He said it. He said because he said that whatever they called him would translate it to something else, which is like wise one or whatever. And then
as long as that translates to Gandalf, yeah, I'm fine.
No, it translates to wizard. That's what the whole conversation was. So that they called him a wizard, basically.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No. I get what you're explaining to me. I'm just saying the name that he has better turn into Gandalf at some point. That's all I'm saying.
We don't even know what his name is. That's the thing.
And I'm fine with it being a mystery as long as when we get to the end of that shit, and Scooby-Doo pulls the mask off, it's Gandalf.
Older than the actor.
Istari. That's what they're called. The Istari.
Oh, got you. You say he's so much older than Sauron?
Yeah.
But that might just be a visual thing. Sauron, because remember he said I have many names, so he might have many forms.
Right. Saruman. That's what he could be. If it's not Gandalf, then he might be Saruman. But he doesn't. He seems too nice to be Saruman.
Way too nice. But again, he lost his memory, so that might be why he seems so nice. Well, Saruman better lead me to fucking Gandalf. That's all I'm saying. Season 2 better not end without fucking Gandalf. That's all I know. Motherfuckers fuck around, get clapped up. I need Gandalf. What are you gonna say, Trevon?
I'm just excited to get to somebody putting on them damn rings.
Trevon was like,
I don't see what the hell they do. Like, come on, put them on.
I love how she came back and was just like, "Hey, make another one." Like, I thought 3 was Nah, make another one. We need enough that it balances. And I'm a werewolf. Apparently, the showrunner said we'll get to see people actually wear the rings.
Yeah,
so
I hope so.
Right? Trevon's like, we got a whole nother journey before you wear it. We fight. But did you enjoy the finale? I thought this was a little anticlimactic. I thought it ended like a book would, like a book in a series.
It did.
And it's like I don't read. Be more entertaining.
Listen, for me, every time I saw, I guess, Istar, whatever his name is, that's when I got excited because I know he about to use some magic and shit.
That's not his name. That's what it is.
It's fun. Listen, that's whatever his name is. That's when I got excited. Every time I saw his ass, I said, "Let's go, do something. It's fun." Because they ain't doing enough in the rest of the show.
Amen to that. I ain't got no arguments to what you're saying, Trevon. That shit had me mad as hell. It reminded me of why I didn't like the originals.
Pretty.
It's a lot of story.
It's pretty.
There's all the action.
The actors are cool, but like, moving on. Please.
This is the one time, Trevon, I will agree with you.
I love
if you give me a magic world,
though. I do like them.
I want more magic.
Their relationship. I do like that. I thought that was cool. That was nice. I love the wife too. The wife is, yeah. I like how they're like, they're behind them. They're like, yeah, let's do this. Fuck your dad.
I did like the twist though of Sauron. I thought that was very well played. Where she goes, "Hey, you don't exist," and he's like, you found out. Well, I'm who you've been looking for. Found you. Like, I'm here, and you can't do nothing because I'll kill you. So, that's that. He pretty much said,
too, right?
Yeah, he pretty much said, "You go and have a good day," and she said, "Okay." That's why I said it was so anticlimactic. You finally get the villain you've been searching for. You find him, and it's kind of just like, I'm not strong enough yet. It's like, but they've been telling you that all season. Like, they've been telling you can't fight him. He did because he needed him. Right, he needed him. He needed him for his power. So I can't wait for season 2. I tell you this, less story, more action. How many
rings is supposed to be?
4, I think.
Okay.
I think
that if you listen to the song at the end, it sounds like there's like a lot.
Oh, there might be more than 4, but I think the show's only going to do 4. I don't think they're gonna start assembling the Infinity Gems. I think there'll only be 4.
I mean, that's what they look like.
They sure did. They had the colors of them. They sure did. Did get a little confused. I'm like, Thanos? No, Sauron. Okay, right show. But I'm excited. I think we all enjoyed this season for what it was. I just want them to up the ante. It worked. It was a hit. It was a success. Use that full billion. Don't go half billion. Use full billion. Give me all the magic, all the fights, all the orcs, all the warlocks. Give me all that shit. Put Wanda Maximoff in it. Harry Potter. I want it all. I want all of it.
The Queen Regent though, being blind. That was sucks.
I didn't. Daredevil could do it. She'll be all right. She'll be all right. She already adjusted to it quickly as hell. She's all right. I know it's 8 steps.
Daredevil has
Again,
abilities.
he doesn't. He only heightened his senses.
She can't walk by herself.
Not abilities.
She can do shit by herself.
She'll learn. She wanna survive. She'll learn. Tell you what, let me find out that the queen is blind. I'm fighting her day one. I'm fighting for royalty.
That's what she better watch out for.
Hey, I'm squaring up right now.
When they go back there, they be like, "Oh, she blind now." Oh shit, I'm about to be
hell
queen.
Yeah, I'm going right for it. I'm going right for it. No hesitation, taking her ass right out. I don't give a damn. But no, I think we all enjoyed this season. I think we all agree that we want to see them up the ante. Right, this is a good starting point. But use that full $1 billion that Jeff Bezos got. Use that full Billy. Okay? Use the full Billy, up the ante with magic, all that shit. Joel, I think even you can agree on that. You want more action in season 2.
Yeah, and it could definitely have more action for sure.
And you want more magic, right?
I mean, I thought that was one and the same.
Okay. All right. Just making sure you team witching. All right. Just making sure. We don't be knowing. You team witching, right? All right. Let's do it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Much Ado About Nothing. Stay tuned. We will be dropping a Black Adam review. We might just do a Black Adam review for Much Ado About Nothing next week. Just make that episode just a Black Adam review.
We'll see.
Because to me, there's so much about that movie I want to talk about. So much it means for the future of DC, and so much about how the characters in that were portrayed and how I just want them to get spinoffs like tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to break down. And Trevon, you're definitely going to see it this weekend, right?
I'm seeing it Thursday.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Sweet.
Perfect. So you can talk to us. I'll make a small little Black Adam group chat so we can talk spoilers there. So it'll get us through to Monday. But stay tuned, guys. I think I am going to be doing a show for the Tales of a Jedi. I think I am going to do a weekly show for it for us to break it down. I cannot wait. We get our first episodes next week. Next week is the start of season 1, so I can't wait. And as always, guys, we thank you. Great show as always. Gotham Knights is Friday. I can't wait.
Friday?
It is. It is this Friday.
The School of Good and Evil comes out 2 days as well.
What is it?
I can't wait. The School of Good and Evil. Kerry Washington.
Right.
Yeah. I can't wait either, Trevon. We're going to be talking about that. Don't you worry, Trevon. I'm with you on that shit. But all right, guys. Thank you so much. Till next time. Peace.
All right, gentlemen.